happens to them when they die? When an undead dies? I was always told before the gods disappeared that if a man dies, his spirit resides on the plane of the god he followed. What happens to them? Was this ever alive? Does it go to that plane? Does it go to someplace more horrible? What happens? The goggles help. They do help. I can't see at night regardless. Just like a regular human. I heard you turn them in the cave. What does that feel like to control them? Halflings are won over by good cheer. It's in their nature to be drawn to joy and happiness and frivolity. I was cheerful because the situation called for me to be cheerful. I know that some of my friends here, my companions, they may look rather gruff, but I assure you, we are simply travelers going from point A to point B, and we will not bother you in a way. We do wonder what the road may have in store for us. Perhaps we could sit down and you could share with us what we should watch out for, and we could do the same. Two groups helping each other out, if you would.
I take a deep breath, and the tremors begin to fade. Fear makes the wolf bigger than he is. Fear makes the wolf bigger than he is. Did they have the same goal in mind? A wise man told me that do not follow the footsteps of the wise, but seek what they sought. Black spots begin to fill my vision. I struggle to keep my eyes open and my thoughts clear. I close my eyes and exhale, waiting for the inevitable. A wise man once told me if it doesn't draw blood, it's not worth doing. I hadn't expected one of Fillmore's sayings to be so, well, literal. Did he die from the fall? A wise man told me, they call you a hero when the word murderer falls short. A wise man told me, Sir Garen, that a full leaf falls from the tree with dignity, not anger. Does anybody have any ideas about why we met people from 40 years ago on the road? Has anyone seen anything like this? Anybody care for a drink?
When I was younger, I discovered the destructive power that a certain substance has, and I found that it had the ability to propel things at great speed. So I decided to try and fashion a weapon. I'm a bit of a gearhead, if you will. And of course, the dwarves are known for such things, so I learned quite a bit about crafting and inventing while I was there. I dabble, ever burning candles, mechanical creatures, all sorts of gadgets and whatever the townspeople needed. Honestly, I just wanted to help them out. I have no idea what he's saying, but it sounds like halfling to me. Who the hell is this guy? No, I've never seen anything close to this monstrosity. I don't know what to tell you, Cat. I just want to hear it. Sounds to me like they just drank too much of their own supply. Yeah, stealth isn't one of my top 10 favorite things. Your bravery is admirable, and you clearly are a great warrior. I admit that I'm not used to working with a group of people, but it's utter foolishness to attempt to win a battle that you cannot win. It wasn't the people, it was the topic. The incursion took a lot from many of us, and the fall of Red River is something I witnessed in person. To think that people don't even know that it exists. I overreacted. To arms! Steven. Can I see your crossbow?
I found this crossbow the other day.
Was that the crossbow thing that you were talking about earlier? Yours is really loud.
Thank you for getting me. I don't know, exactly what your reasons were, but you saw what was happening, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh, the things just shot lightning at me and dropped my crossbow. Wow, you're a great shot. Yeah, I hit it twice. That thing was huge. What was that?
Wait, sorry, before what? What's Breckers? Oh, breakfast. Oh, okay, yeah, sure, that'd be great. Hey, while everyone's still asleep, I just wanted to, I realized, I realized, I never really said thank you, for what you did for me, getting me out, and so I wanted you to have this, and this was just something I thought of that I didn't know if you'd like it or anything, and just wanted to say thank you. So all of this was just so you could get a buzz going?
I did not leave home because I wanted to. I left home because there was not much left.
Aye, but you see, Cat, money a mickle max a muckle north of the wall, and I'm sure you'll see that soon enough. Yeah, appreciate it. I'll be sure to get on not dying soon for you. Perfect. Right. So, Cat, what is it that you do How many times have you almost died? How many times have you seen your friends die? How many times have you killed? I didn't again. I've not seen one in the wild before. It means I don't know. There's one thing that I took away from being with the Sentinels. It's that anybody at any age can either rise or fall to their level of initiative. And that really, if you expect the best out of people and give them the tools to act, that they can truly become themselves. And if you look down upon them and do not give them anything to make good means of themselves, that they'll fall to that as well. And that we're in a position where we have to overcome anything and everything as a group, and we have to make it past any divisiveness. Right, so Sir Garen, you first.
I appreciate the thought, but it's entirely unnecessary. It's more for... serves a purpose. Are you familiar with Kestrel Academy? To most, they just think of it as a place to learn the arcane and other like things, but it has a small section dedicated to sciences. I learned there. Aren't you the perceptive one? All I can say is, hopefully it passed from the Screecher before whatever happened to it happened. I want to describe it as control, more an act of desperation. It's unnerving. I try not to think about it. Well, this definitely has all the hallmarks of undead, I believe. But I don't know why it was doing whatever you're doing. I need to study it longer, probably. Or maybe see a live one again. Just trying to figure out what caused this. The way you described it seems like it's more than just death. Thank you. I'm not as big a fan of spirits.
I'm from Krzik. It's an island to the. It's across the sea somewhere. Gotta take a boat. Yeah, it's kind of one of those. It's kind of exciting though at the same time. Like obviously there's been some kind of worryful stuff popping off, but it's definitely fun to see kind of a new area that no one else has seen, and it'll be really fun to tell it to some of the other people that when we get back, kind of what all's going on. Okay, good. Just checking. You're not in this alone. Hey, I remember you. We did the whole thing with, the zombies and the cave and all that. Clavius, I even wrote you a theme song. Do you want to hear it? 2 things. 1, when did you get so happy? 2, why do we need so much whiskey? I mean, money does eventually make a belt buckle, but to buy that with the money that I'm giving you. Milk's just a stereotype. It upsets my stomach. Onward!
that a fucking cat? Is that a cat? Is that a talking cat? Why are you here? You're like a giant cat. Have you killed things before? Are you like a good hunter? Are there like giant mice? That girl looks really cool. She seems pretty cool. I'm gonna go eat some more pastrami. Can you teach me maps? What do I see? What is this arc here? Yes, but when you look at it, what does it mean? Like, what is this blob here?
I never took you for a teetotaler. There was a sound. I don't know why the collapsed wagon was making a sound, but I'm pretty sure I heard a sound. I'll have to drink on it.
Oh, I do have a serious question, though. Any bites on the line?
What else? Anything else? Anyone? Going once, going twice? Wow, okay. Here we go. After crossing the magical waters of Lake Paragus, you each find yourself standing on the aged stone steps before a large stone door. As you each move up the steps, coming within 10 or so feet of the door, you each notice a bluish purple arcane rune begin to glow, emanating from within the stone door of Paragus Tower. Very dim at first, but enough to catch everyone's attention. The tower looms before you. The waters of the magical ? Lake behind you, now fully calm. What do you do? Jumping in quick this week.
Like, how big is the island that the tower's sitting on? Is it pretty much just like...
Maybe about... Let me give you an exact dimensiones.
Can you describe like the outside? I feel like Fent,
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna bring
first
you.
would have like walked around and like explored the outside grounds.
I'm gonna bring you to this podge. Once again, ignore those people.
Okay, so yeah, it really is.
The tower is probably about 100 feet across.
Oh, across?
Yes.
Like in, okay.
Like the diameter of the tower is probably about 100 feet or so.
Okay.
It's
a big tower.
It's big. And that's just a general estimation. The island is probably only about 25 to 20 feet or so around it.
Was there any like sign of like any inhabitants or like any creatures even living on the island, like larger creatures?
Do a survival check.
To survive.
Looking around, you don't really see sign of much in the way of like larger animal life. You see the sign of like birds and things, but nothing that you notice inhabiting the ground outside the tower. There's small trees, bushes and things, but
Can't remember. Did Borsal cross the lake with us?
Did. You are all across the lake.
Well, should we knock and see if anyone's home?
That would be the polite thing to do, but also...
Steven will then start hearing no response. Steven's going to start going towards the door.
Fent definitely like readies an action to attack
Stab
something.
Steven to stab
Yes.
Steven in the back.
Like he'll go behind him basically and act like kind of like a hefty bodyguard, like he's got his hand on his like hilt.
Because if I remember
Ready
right,
to
the
defend.
halflings said they stayed here for a couple, not at the tower, but like around the tower for a couple days, and they said the wizard wasn't there. Am I remembering right?
They said something along those lines, yes.
They may have stayed in the tower.
I didn't get to rewatch last week, so.
Me neither. I'm just that was my recollection.
They did say that they stayed in the tower before.
I don't think we can really count on their accounts.
They
Well,
did
also
say
true.
they stayed
What
there.
they actually stay
Or
there.
what
Yeah.
actually is going on here.
Yeah, no, that's whether that's Meta or Isabel saying that. That's very true.
And I
Does
think-
anything happen? Like as I approach the door, does the rune keep getting brighter?
Yes. As you begin to ascend the stairs, getting closer to the door, the rune becomes brighter and more defined.
Like Gandalf walking up the
Do
stairs.
any of us like recognize the rune? Like, can any of us read it?
Come on, Nick, that was for you.
Anyone proficient in Arcana can roll an Arcana check. Steven, as the runes become more focused, I drew a quick little thing just because I knew that. Can you see this? That's a representation of the door. It doesn't really matter the exact. This is just so that you can see kind of what comes together as you're kind of moving closer to it. You see 8 circular, intricate runes start to glow.
Okay.
They form like this circular pattern around the outside of the door, each glowing with a dim purplish light. And in the center is this large illuminated circle just with dim white light. So there's that again.
So when we first approached, there was only one rune glowing.
Yeah, it was just very dim and kind of hazy. It wasn't detailed, but as Steven walks within 10 feet, or 5, like as he's moving up the stairs, getting closer to it, it becomes more detailed. And like kind of like now it looks more inset on the door, and the light is more like emanating from a single strand of one spot on all of those locations, making quite more detailed looking rune and or runes.
Can I tell like what language they are? Can I read or decipher them in any way?
Yes, Stephen, you seeing these runes as they kind of come together, you actually are able to tell that each one of those outer circles is an arcane rune that represents a school of magic.
Say that again.
They each represent a moose. They each represent a school of magic.
Okay. Interesting.
So, abjuration, conjuration, transmutation, etc.
And it's just a white light in the center.
Uh-huh. The center is a white glowing light. The outers are all purplish in color, purple blue. Blurple, if you will.
Steven doesn't know this, but Marshall just keeps getting the visual of like a Ring doorbell or something like that with
boom, boom,
well, just like the video camera on the door and
changes color when somebody's actually looking at it and talking to you. And...
Yeah, the view that we're all, the audience is watching from like the like bubble view of the behind the door, and we see Steven walking into it.
Yep.
It's very good.
Do you ever wonder if that thing that came out of Jabba the Hutt's palace door had a fisheye lens or just like a normal thing? You know the thing I'm talking about? That was
the droid, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
totally.
a good
Jabba's on the
Totally had like a more of a fisheye viewing angle.
Steven's gonna go ahead and like put his hand on the white light part.
Why don't you go ahead and roll nothing. Nothing happens.
Steven's
Nothing
gonna knock.
happens.
Steven's gonna knock on the door.
Your knuckles hit against the stone. Feels rather thick. You don't get the sense, that it gives a lot of, it's kind of a rough stone, kind of similar to the rest of the tower almost.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get the sense that it sound through the stone, just of how thick it is, how thick it feels.
Did the lights change at all when he put his hand on it?
The lights have not changed since he's like stepped within, a few feet of the door. They've just stayed kind of that same brightness and colors.
Steven will turn to Fent and say, "Do you want to try and help see if we can open the door? Like,
Maybe.
Is there like a handle or something, or is it just a?"
There is no
stone
handle,
face?
just a stone with a seam down the center.
Gotcha.
Maybe you need to talk to it. Like, what if you like stroke it like you did, and then say, "Hey, I'm a magic user too. This seems like pretty powerful
magic. Why would you think
magic.
I'm a
is
magic
still
user?
staying." I don't know, because you looked like you knew what you were doing with the light thing. That seemed right. Don't you read
I'm not a
books?
magic user at all. I'm just knocking on a door.
I will toss Steven my flail and say, "Knock with this. It's louder."
Steven will actually do that. He'll use it to rap on the door. And as you throw that to Steven, he catches it, but then it immediately, the weight, he is not ready for that. Yeah, I think you can imagine exactly the visual of it brings his arms down. Yeah.
Like George Michael in Arrested Development.
Yeah, exactly.
Just nailed it.
Can that be who plays Steven? That seems like an I think that fits the bill pretty well.
I've already cast Steven. It's too late.
Michael Cera.
Close. I mean, we can always recast.
Yeah, it's
No, you don't get to recast my character.
Season two when we can't afford him anymore.
Plus, Matt Damon, super cheap. At the beginning of his career, you got you. That's cheap money right there.
Yeah, you'll have to figure out when he balloons, because that's when he'll have to get recast. Is when we can't afford him anymore.
Mm-hmm. Level 5, level 6. Then we can start having that conversation. But he's still level 4. He hasn't done anything yet.
There, he hasn't aged out of.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so he'll barely lift the flail up and try and does that make any louder noise?
Yeah, you're able to kind of hit the stone, and it does almost look like it kind of gives a little bit of a dent in the stone, but you don't get the sense that it's giving you the knocking sensation that you're looking for. I mean, it's making a noise.
Okay. Should we just like Steven will just try and put?
Was Steven when Steven got in the water? Did it go around him?
No, he had to hang on to Xerxes.
So Fent then I guess we'll shoulder by him and just say, okay, all right. Let me try my theory. And then he puts his hand on the circle like Steven did. Anything happen?
Nothing happened.
And then he's gonna try and talk to it. Knowing very little about magic.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Sir Wizard. You must be very powerful. We come seeking refuge in your hallowed halls. But his hand's still on the circle thing.
The cool breeze whispers by Fent's ears.
Does it say anything? Stupid breeze.
That's all that I was just describing the scene. That was the whole thing. That was the whole scene.
Fent picks up the flail and then wallops the door.
Roll a attack roll. I really just want to know the damage. So.
Do I get to add anything to a d20 for an attack with a flail?
Probably just attack with your normal thing. It's strength. And...
1d8 plus your strength.
Oh, good. Your short bow. Great.
Yeah. Ding.
Make sure to give yourself one of those arrows back.
A little low.
And oh shit! I left with like 15, like an idiot.
Should have bought those 2 gold apiece arrows.
I was gonna say.
Should have just robbed them.
Can't say they weren't available.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah, you hit the door solidly, and you do knock a small chunk of like stone to the floor, just like a little. And there's a little cloud of dust. Yeah.
Why don't you just try and push the door open?
Fent backs up in frustration and bows to Steven to go ahead to try to push the door.
I'm telling you, look at like Steven will point at, the lack of biceps compared to yours. Like
Fent, I believe, is still shirtless too, right?
Oh, Fent is definitely still shirtless and shimmery.
Repertoire. If you can't push a door, like what are we even doing here?
Who else is muscular in the group? Like who's the next most muscular?
Xerxes has been sort of taking all this in and has never felt more old, like a grandfather watching a TikTok, shaking his head. And says,
I've seen grandpas on TikTok.
You guys, wouldn't it make sense that a wizard's tower with runes on the door is a magical lock? And just incredulous. And he sighs. It's too bad that magic is so rare nowadays. Isabel, I think you're the closest we got. Anything?
Oh, sorry, I haven't really been paying attention.
God damn it, Isabel.
What's the holdup?
We've been trying to brute strength our way through a magical lock.
Well, that sounds stupid.
You're telling me.
I'll say, I'm not trying to brute strength it, just no one's tried to push it. Like, see if it's unlocked.
I mean,
Steven's a little defensive.
No point in not trying that, but what have you found out about it so far?
It doesn't respond to flails. Or to asking politely to open.
Maybe you have to ask politely in a different manner.
Glavius mutters, it doesn't respond to some people's use of flails.
And Fent is thoroughly frustrated and like huffs and just goes and like plays in the water with his feet, watching the water like move around his feet and not like get wet in it.
So you've taken a flail to the door and it has these 8 circles. Do I know what they are, Michael? I know you already said what they are, but would I recognize?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
Isabel, you definitely would.
Should just go up and touch the door initially. See if it has any sort of reaction.
No reaction.
She's gonna go over to the spot that has the evocation sigil. And she's gonna cast light on it.
As the light spell kind of starts glowing in your hand, it goes on to, the object that you're casting it on, but then you see it suck into the evocation symbol, which turns white, matching the center of the door.
Okay.
Do you have 7 more spells you can cast?
That was a thing I can do very easily and doesn't require much effort. But the problem is more, I don't know if I have a spell for each of the schools. She'll do mending on the transmutation one.
Same thing will happen. It will start to and then suck in into the door. Yeah.
Guidance on the divination one.
That will also do the same thing. And as you do that, those 3 then the runes shift into the center of the door.
Well, I'm going to have to start dipping into other things if we want to, my more expendable or less expendable resources. Does anybody else have anything they can do?
Would it help if I smited it?
I'm not sure. I've never done that myself, so I don't know what sort of school that would be. Might just be evocation.
It's abjuration.
Let's see what else I have. Cast, I guess, Sanctuary, which is abjuration.
Same thing happens.
And the effect of the spell doesn't stay, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's what
it's
I thought.
like it is being cast into the door itself. Just kind of, the door sucks up the magic.
Going through my spell list, guys.
I can cast Bane. That's an enchantment.
That would help.
Fent, getting really excited that something is happening, will do that.
Isabel stops after you say, wait. I guess I wasn't paying attention when you said Divine Smite earlier. I didn't really know you could do magic.
Yeah, suck it, turd.
Lovely.
That's so John Bernthal.
Suck it, turd. Yes, Fent casts a spell. And the enchantment rune turns white, much like the others have.
Why am I
It's my only shit that you haven't already cast. Sorry, buddy.
We need necromancy. I'm trying to think of the schools. I'm drawing a blank.
Illusion.
Oh, conjuration, illusion, necromancy. I am lacking all 3.
Delusion, Michael.
Delusion, Michael. Tricks are something a hoard does for money.
That's author right there.
You guys hear a incredibly loud boom, like a big echoing, like, sounds like almost like stone smacking against stone. And then the door slowly starts to grind open slowly.
Can we see beyond? Is there light? Is it illuminated?
You bring it over here.
Great way to make us waste all our spells. Michael.
It is pretty good. You guys are down here currently.
Wait, did we? Sorry. I walked away right when the door opened. God damn it. What happened?
The door opened with a very loud noise.
We didn't have to cast like the rest of the other two?
Apparently not.
Okay.
They all count as 3.
It's a powerful flail.
You stand at an open doorway. To the north is the interior of the tower.
Dark.
The light from the outside does not appear to pierce the interior of the tower. It is like you are looking into a dark cave, but the darkness of the cave starts at the threshold of the door.
So dark vision doesn't...
You are unable to see with dark vision.
Stephen will turn to Isabel. Didn't you cast light on the door? Could you cast it again?
Sarah lights a candle.
Yeah, I'll cast light on the stick or something.
Arthur will
no, I have a
offer one
hooded
of his
lantern.
torches.
I'll cast it inside the hooded lantern and open the hooded lantern.
Fent will just light his hooded lantern at her and wink.
As you guys are angling the hooded lantern into the interior, the light just kind of fizzles at the threshold of the door. It does not pierce the darkness of the door.
Have I seen magic like this before?
Roll an Arcana check. You are fairly certain this is magical darkness.
I don't have...
Croft knows what it is. So.
I don't believe I have the capability to break the darkness. We'll simply have to walk in and get past it to see what's
Fent
inside.
walks in. Hooded lantern still hanging out in front of him, but also the other hand out so he can feel what's happening.
You took my hooded lantern?
No, I had a hooded lantern.
Oh, you have a hooded lantern?
Yeah,
I
turd.
hear the part where he lit it on his own and just winked at you.
Oh. No,
Without the light spell.
Yeah. I heard a candle.
That was Saru.
Yeah, Sarah's holding a candle.
Stephen will walk in as well.
Isabel will walk in.
Xerxes will do the same.
I'll stay on Arthur's hip, wherever that is. I can't see.
Yeah, Arthur and Clavius then will kind of pull a rear guard as everyone's kind of walking in and wait until everybody's in and then slowly kind of rear step follow. Are we still able to kind of hear? Are the other senses kind of kicking in?
Yeah, you can definitely still hear.
Okay.
I'm going to test something because I'm having a hard time.
Testing whether we can see, we cannot.
Can you see your current location?
Yeah.
I can see my character.
Just the
but that's
token,
it.
yeah.
Just the token. Got nothing else.
That is great.
So cool.
I think you need to turn the camera rock on. I promise I won't look.
It is on.
Is the camera rock like a token that you've got to move around? How's that work?
All right, now can you all see
Yeah.
your...
Yes.
Oh, so it doesn't have like
This is the camera rock.
selective vision.
That's what the camera rock looks like.
Oh, it's a legit rock. I like it.
I think it has like 30 feet vision.
I didn't know
so
if that was like a digital media term.
It is now.
Camera rock.
All right, I'm gonna do a thing, and I'm gonna hopefully this still works.
Accidentally reveal the entire map.
Can you see before you? Still look the same.
Rock.
Okay, beautiful. The door is now open, and you actually can move forward if that is something you want to do.
Wait, we weren't moving forward before?
No, it wasn't. It was like kind of blocked. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Now using the arrow keys, you are able to move your tokens forward. If you would like to, we can do this in a more theater of the mind type manner as well. You can tell me what you're doing before you just move your tokens willy-nilly into the darkness. It's up to you how you want to do this.
Steven is gonna like go to his right and try like just to like keep a hand on the wall.
Okay.
And so like he's gonna keep like, I'm assuming it's all rough hewn stone. We really didn't see any windows.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just gonna kind of like make his way around.
Yeah, so Steven, you get about 10 feet kind of doing that on the wall before you feel something that is not against the wall that you kind of bump into. It is a very big light switch. No, this is like an 8-foot tall stone. Like you can feel it. It is like a stone. It feels like probably a stone statue. Like you can get the feel of it. Just kind of like you can't really tell what it is, but it's a stone statue.
Okay. He'll just kind of like say to Nolan, "There's a statue over here," and then he'll just kind of like try and like maneuver around it and find the wall again.
All right. Move you. In a second.
Is everyone adequately inside that Clavius and Arthur would now kind of rear step into the space?
Saru is basically following Fent around.
And just
because
walks
he knows
like
he can't see in the dark.
nothing. Fent's gonna walk like 10 feet straight into the room, hooded lantern in hand out, feeling for stuff, and then stop there.
I ask Fent, are you scared of the dark? Seems like an important question to ask right now.
Shh, cat. And he kind of like calls him into the dark.
I'm right next to you.
So Saru is following Fent. Fent, you get 10 feet out. You don't feel.
Can you feel like anything under his feet at all, like a rug or anything, like would be in an entryway or anything?
Yeah, actually, it does not feel like stone below your feet. It feels like a rug.
Oh.
Try stabbing it.
We've seen that before. So.
He lights it on fire.
Yeah, but you are standing in complete darkness. If you turn around and look towards the doorway, you do not see the open doorway.
Oh wow!
You are
That's
just
fucking
in
terrifying.
complete and utter darkness.
I'm a little bit afraid of the dark, it turns out, cat. And then he wants to just like be very still as much as he can and smell and hear. Can he hear like anything, or is everything just like void senses kind of thing, or is it just like his eyes that are not working?
You can hear Steven moving.
Steven, shh.
To your right. But you don't hear any other sounds other than the movement of your group as you guys are kind of entering.
Does it just kind of smell musty?
It does smell a bit musty.
But not like a decaying corpse or like...
You don't smell a decaying corpse, but it does smell like just dusty and like it's been closed up for a while.
Steven will call out, "Hello, anyone home?" when he hears Fent say, "Steven, shh."
Just kind of echoes. Feels like maybe this is a kind of a large open chamber.
He's continuing to go around the wall.
Xerxes took just a step forward into the darkness, and seeing that it didn't get any better, just says, "More wizard tricks." And he walks back, and he'd like to look at the front door and see if the runes are still there.
The door has kind of shifted into the side of the wall. Like it just opened.
Like a door.
Like an elevator.
But are the runes, are they still there? Are they lit up? Are they gone?
You are unable to see the front of the door.
The door's not there, basically.
So you cannot see the runes.
Like the door is it's like a pocket door.
Basically.
Kind of thing.
It just grinded open into the wall.
Do we recall the name of the wizard?
Percival or something?
Is it the lake's name?
Paragus.
Paragus Planeswalker is what the halflings said. If their word is to be trusted.
And their names were Ishmael and what?
Dervis.
Clavius will yell out, "Ishmael and Dervis sent us. Will you welcome us?"
Just echoes. God, that horn is majestic. Just echoes across what sounds like a fairly large open room.
I'm going to go around the perimeter at not a brisk pace, but at a walking pace and look for stairs.
Which direction are you
starting? I'll go counterclockwise. Okay. So to my right and then
You're
around
following
Steven.
Steven.
Yeah, but I'm not really stopping if Steven stopped.
No, Steven's kept walking this whole time.
Yeah, I'm hunting stairs. So anything else I'm just ignoring unless it catches me on fire.
So Steven, the next thing that you run into, Steven, is like a podium or something, very hard. It comes up to probably about near your neck. It's fairly thin as you feel it, and it has like a flat surface at the top. And it's just kind of near against the wall. You're able to shift around that.
Okay.
Clavius, you'll first come to the statue and then also that same thing. Steven, you can hear Clavius moving behind you.
Gotcha. Who is that?
Just stomping along. You just hear
I'm not live streaming, so they didn't get it from
Connor?
me.
Oh, Connor just. Hey.
Nice.
What up?
We're behind. Roll for initiative.
The contract dispute with Kirsten Gillibrand is over, so we can resume.
Well, Anna is officially not fishing anymore. So there you go.
Clavius, do you respond to Steven's question?
What was the question?
Who is that?
Oh, it's me, Stephen. Flavius.
It's
okay.
Sorry, I thought you were like legit just gonna like silently pass in a completely dark-filled tower, which would have been hilarious, but
You guys can't see. You guys need a pair of these goggles. They're awesome.
Sura hears that and goes, "That's a lie. You know that. You can't see a damn thing in the daytime, let alone right here." Speaking of which, are we just going to fumble around in the dark, or should we come back when we have a way to get rid of this darkness? Or when we have a better light that actually works?
Isabel, you said you're familiar with the spell, but you don't have the means to break it.
Yes.
What?
That's right.
What would cause it to break?
A stronger light, usually, or some sort of dispel stuff. Dispel magic or something like that.
Stephen, you come to a 90-degree wall. Somewhat, almost 90 degrees, perpendicular to where you currently are. You almost like just run into it, feeling it in front of you. Shifting.
Probably hears a thud.
Yeah, shifting along to the side of it, which comes within about 5 feet. You feel another 90-degree angle. So now you're basically following that same curve of the wall, just 5 feet inset from where you just were. And I will move you there.
Okay.
Flavius, you too will soon hit a wall basically in front of you that's perpendicular to the outer wall.
Clavius, I assume he's pretty close behind me because it sounded like he started walking.
Yeah, he's probably within 5 or 10 feet.
Clavius, I think if we keep going, if this is a tower, there might be stairs behind this wall. Because I'm assuming like our new wall is curving as well, right?
It is curving in the same, following the same curve as the outer wall.
Yeah, so Steven's going to keep following it, and he's hopeful that this might lead to a staircase.
And everyone else can hear this rather plainly from the group because you're all within 20 feet of each other. 40 feet, give or take. So what is everyone else doing at the entrance area?
Isabel's just leaning against the wall.
It's Isabel's jam.
she got us in.
Darkness.
Arthur is similarly just kind of hanging out, waiting for something to happen, kind of on edge, but he doesn't have a weapon drawn at this point.
And you're in the light of day, where you are leaning. Ooh. Isabel inside or outside?
Inside, very much. She came inside and just to the right of the door.
Awesome. But Arthur, you were on the outer steps, or are you going inside as well?
Is anyone else? Is he the farthest out of the tower at this point?
Currently, I see Anna, Borseal, Arthur, and Xerxes outside.
I mean, he's going to just play rear guard, so if anybody, he's not going to leave anybody outside.
Great.
Yeah, and Xerxes just hanging out because he knows there's no point just wandering around the darkness. He's just trying to rack his brain to figure out what might be able to be done.
Yeah, Borseal also appears to be content staying in the light of the evening or whatever fucking time it is. I don't remember. I guess it's morning, the morning light, maybe almost midday. Fent and Saru, are you guys just standing on what feels like a rug.
If Fent doesn't move forward, I'm going to go back the way we came, as best as I can tell.
Okay.
Yes, Fent is just standing there. He's taken his sword out of its sheath and has it just like planted between his legs with like his hand on the hilt, and is just like trying to think his way out of this, but he's very dumb. So he's just kind of standing there.
Stephen, you run into another one of these statues following along the wall. Clavius not very far behind. Eventually, Stephen, you feel the wall kind of give way. You don't feel the wall anymore on your right side. And you can feel around it to, find an opening, which your toe hits a riser.
Yeah, baby. Stairs.
Clavius, you find the same very shortly. Stairs inclining, going the opposite direction that you have just walked. Going clockwise.
Cool. And it's just like an arched opening, right? It's not a door.
No, yeah, it's open. It's just open.
Cool. Downstairs over here. And I'm assuming it's dark looking up the stairs, right?
It is.
Does everyone hear that?
Yeah, he said it for the whole, just since it sounds like, it's a big empty chamber, so sound travels pretty easily.
Right.
I'm going up.
Clavius, having remembered some of the reactions at the wall and some of the conversations since then, will say back toward the party, there's a very good chance this is the path the first expedition took. If you want to find out what may or may not have happened with them, I think we need to go up these stairs.
Fent will then follow. That's a perfectly good reason to go. He'll kind of like blindly walk his way over to the beginning of the stairs.
Isabel will kind of poke her head out from the darkness outside. So, I think we found some stairs to an upper level. I think we're all going up right now. And Isabel will go back in and follow the right side.
Xerxes looks at Arthur and says, "Of course there's stairs. It's a tower. What good are they going to do if we can't see?"
I didn't care if we have much of a choice. Xerxes, are you going to come with us?
I don't plan on wasting my time in the dark. If you guys can see, you let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to be here tinkering.
We'll make something
I
cool.
I kind of thought that was a point and shoot weapon.
Can never be too good.
All right, well, holler if something comes up. I'll go with them.
I'll walk with Arthur, and I'll yell after Clavius, "Marco!"
Anna will follow.
I'll be singing very lightly just so people can follow.
What are you singing? What's your song?
Something that I've heard Saru sing, but twice as bad. Just
Barbra Streisand.
No harmony, no pitch. Just it's completely for GPS purposes.
And
So as opposed to saying polo, he chooses to sing.
Yeah. Clavius and Stephen, you are going up the stairs, or you're waiting?
Stephen was not waiting. He.
Okay. And Clavius, are you heading up behind?
I will give like a 10 count and then go up just
Love
so
it.
people can find the stairs and not the indentation.
All right, so is everyone going in other than Xerxes?
Seems like it.
I'm assuming Borseal's staying with me.
Borseal is not going to go in. He agrees with you and does not want to be hidden in the dark.
The old men stay outside.
Yeah. All right.
Sitting on the porch.
I'm going to move some people
Yelling
around.
at the
Don't worry
clouds.
about it.
To
guys
a
with your
second
my
black area.
faces.
Just light up a cigar.
All right. Stephen, the first. As you crest the top of the stairs, you are greeted by what appears to be torchlight.
Oh.
There we go.
And you see a room begin to come into focus. And slowly but surely, the rest of you find your way.
Fenn will yell down the stairs to the old. Oh wait, I guess he doesn't know who didn't come. Never mind. He's not going to do anything.
Steven will light one of his torches. Let me know when I can ask a question, Michael.
Ask away. Fire away.
Can I tell, like, what is this? Is this a rug right here?
Yep, there is a large circular rug in the center of the room.
Cool. Just a little leery of walking on it.
As a point,
I would like to investigation on the desk thing.
For those of you upstairs, you notice a few things. One is that Isabel is glowing a very light shade of red. Saru is also glowing, but a very light, like just kind of a white, like a cool white. Just emanating this very small aura of light, the both of you. Anna, looking through that, you find there are they are blank. There are some papers that appear to be like scroll papers, also blank. There are spilled inks and a few like cracked glass, and kind of on all of these shelves are pretty much the same. Just kind of looks like a lot of things might be missing. Like these bookshelves are not full. And obviously one being totally knocked over, pages on the ground. It looks a little out of sorts up here.
Sorry, go ahead.
Can I intuit that it like could have been ransacked?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
That is a possible explanation for why it looks the way it looks.
Are these both desks right here?
Yeah.
Anything like on them or interesting?
Just a few random papers. Nothing like with writing or anything like that.
Okay.
Sorry, did you give yourself a nice little aura?
I did.
I like that.
I'm gonna look and see that Isabel's glowing, and I'm gonna kind of walk over to her and just kind of whisper to her, "Did you know you were glowing?"
I thought something was different. I have no idea what it means.
Michael, can you give me my hooded lantern?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would love to.
Because I can't see shit.
There you are.
Look at all this stuff I can see. Oh, Saru's little aura.
Nicely.
Can we see it on ourselves?
Yeah, kind of like looking at your arms and stuff. You can see it just emanating from.
What colors did you say they were again?
Saru's is a cool white, and yours is a pale red, reddish pink. Depends, how you'd like to.
Can you describe the statue I'm standing in front of?
Yes, I can. It is a statue of a man in robes with a staff. It's not the most detailed of carvings, and it kind of looks really rather old. And looking at the other statues, they are also of the same, but you can tell they're intended to look somewhat different.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm gonna yell down the stairs at Xerxes and just be like, "Come on up, Xerxes, there's lights up here, and I'm glowing, I'm like a nightlight. And Isabel is too, but she's red, so come up here and see if you glow."
So Xerxes just got all of his tools out. He gives a deep sigh.
Would you like me to help you with that? I can carry those up for you, so you don't have to put them all away.
No need, Borseal. We may as well just pack it up. I think that's my cue. Why don't you guard the front door for us? And he kind of claps him on the shoulder.
Oh, yes, that's fine. I'll be down. I'll yell if you need anything, or if I see anything, like a giant alligator wolf dog monster.
I'm certainly counting on it.
Poor seal.
And he's definitely not counting on it. As he, wanders into the darkness looking for the stairs.
Isabel's going to follow Steven going up the stairs.
Yeah, Steven's totally going upstairs.
I'm on Steven the whole time. Just because he's probably got like a 12 AC.
I don't know Steven AC.
I'll get you guys. You guys just stop your moving ways.
I thought those were the stairs down. Aren't these the stairs up?
Oh my gosh, Amanda.
I knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming too, but there's no avoiding it, but you still had hope. Steven will say as Isabel walks up to him, you're glowing right now.
Good.
Is she pregnant?
Apparently so.
Xerxes, you make it up the stairs to see a glowing Saru before you. And Isabel, Clavius, Steven, and Anna find a new room that you're in. With new things to investigate. What are my floor 2 people doing?
Gosh, all these are on whisper, sorry.
Are we floor 2? Is it above for 2?
I think we're
You're floor 3. I'll hold on.
Yeah,
you
what's
guys.
floor 2?
Cool.
Xerxes, Fent.
It's you, me, and then Arthur and Fent are at the bottom of the stairs, if not walking up it. So yeah, it's basically you and me. Which I will basically just look at you and go, "Hey, all right, everybody else went upstairs. We should follow them just in case."
That sounds like a good plan. By the way, is this a thing? Is this the thing that you do?
What, the glowing? No, but isn't it awesome? I'm like a glow stick. Is Xerxes glowing?
He is not.
I want to investigate this right there, because I'm assuming they're all pretty similar.
Yes. Saru and Xerxes, are you going up to the next floor?
I'm following Saru, so.
Did anybody investigate this little? I don't remember if anybody did.
They did look
Okay.
it over. Yeah. Found nothing. Papers.
Cool. Up the stairs we go.
All right. I'll grab it. Steven. A stone, like a small stone structure, kind of goes maybe a little below your chest. On it is this very pale, almost like a bowl is inset in it, and that bowl is emanating a very low, like warm light, like a reddish orange glowing light. And it's what's that?
I was gonna say, are all the lights the same?
Yes, other than the two lights on the far side of the room. This here and this here, which were also on the first floor. That looks like flame.
Yeah, I meant the ones in the bowls.
The five in the center are emanating all the same color.
Is there liquid in these bowls?
There is not. They are empty. Fent, just because you're there, near where I have the rock, the camera rock, if you will, there is a like a backpack right there.
Rifles through it. Does it look like an explorer's backpack?
It does
Or
look like a explorer's backpack.
Seeing him grab the backpack, I'm gonna be like, whoa, wait a second. Didn't we learn from last time that we probably shouldn't just start touching stuff? I mean, last time Isabel touched a door and we were attacked by zombies, and I look over and wink at Isabel. So hopefully she knows I'm joking.
She sighs and turns away, committing her mind to something else.
Fent kind of looks up at Saru and is like, kind of shrugs and hands him the bag, since he's already been touching it and rifling through it.
Well, I don't want it.
And then Fen goes back to looking through.
Like, you're already holding it.
Yeah.
Take a step
Anything
back.
interesting in there?
Yeah, Fent, there are actually like 3 pouches, a larger pouch, and then 2 pouches on the side. Which pouch did you open first?
The left side pouch. Really, the left side pouch had like a zombie in it?
We'll check back in after the break
Probably a trick question.
and find out what's
They all-
what's in that pocket. I'm gonna go get a beer, go pee.
Hey, great.
Somebody should go get some eggs.
I still remember it, as vivid now as it was those 5 years ago, the day everything changed. People have many names for it now. The Skyfall, the Day of Calamity, the Reckoning, and of course, the Burning. Though its anniversary marks the end of the primordial incursion, it is not a day of celebration nor festival. It is a day of remembrance, of fear, and of quiet contemplation. For above all, that was the day the gods vanished. As the Vale's elite fight for control of the region, grasping and clawing for power in the vacuum created by the events surrounding the burning, the common folk are faced with the uncertainty brought on by the ever-growing list of factions vying for control of the many cities and kingdoms of the Vale. Outside the walls of these cities, where the cutthroat politics and warring factions are the main dangers, is a world of vastly untamed wilderness. Though the civilizations of the region may be dangerous and corrupt, they represent points of light in a vast darkness. Only those with true means of protecting themselves have even the smallest chance of survival when faced with the foreboding darkness of the burnt lands.
You have been chosen, each and every one of you, for a reason. That reason is unique for each of you. Some of you because of who you are. Others because of what you have accomplished thus far. And the rest for the potential that lies within you, waiting to come to the surface. This charter beyond the God's Wall will shape the kingdom of Briarwood, if not the entire realm of mortals, in this age of ash and in the ages to come. You chosen few will lead us in the refounding of the Vale of L'Oreal, in the name of the kingdom of Briarwood and the dawn. Now go forth and bring glory upon our kingdom. The hope of the realm is upon you, and the faith of Briarwood shall be with you every step of the way.
You don't actually have to roll for initiative.
Bummer.
Yet!
Ghost comes out of the left side pocket.
Fent, you're rummaging around. It's empty.
All right. Right side pocket.
It's empty.
Nobody's... What? That's where you store all your good shit, is in the side pockets. What about the big main pocket?
Fent? It's empty.
Fent puts the backpack on his back as an extra backpack and goes on to the next thing that he sees. I really didn't remember that we had a camera rock.
There is a camera rock.
Okay.
Anna would like to do an investigation of the desks, and again, we're doing the general search through. And I have the exact same roll.
11. You're finding the same things.
Can I do an investigation of the desk I'm next to, I guess?
Yes, you can.
Guidance.
You find a
Secret to the tower?
couple pieces of paper.
Just paper.
Yeah, that do not have anything on them. Blank.
Do they seem of good quality?
They actually do seem of very good quality.
I'll take them.
They're a little wrinkled, but they are of good quality.
Paper's probably hard to find out here.
Are Saru
Xerxes.
and Isabel glowing with the same colors as the lights in the room, respectively?
Isabel's is probably a little more reddish pink when compared to the like orangish glow of the 5 pillar lights. And Saru is definitely like a cooler, more like Isabel's light spell, like a cooler white, more like an LED rather than like a firelight. If that makes sense. So not similar. Just light, which is similar, but not
Xerxes.
similar color-wise.
I do not think it's a good idea to be rummaging around in a foreign tower of a seemingly hospitable wizard. But it seems the group has gone rampant.
I agree. It's never a good idea to mess with wizard stuff. But, you know, what are you going to do?
I had thought we were above and beyond the murder hobo scenario, but it seems we're not there yet.
Haven't murdered anybody yet.
Yeah, rude. Just assuming.
Steven's going to put his left hand into the bowl that he's by on the pillar. Does anything happen?
It does not, no.
Okay.
Can you describe... Sorry.
No, you can go first.
Can you describe the outside of the backpack a little bit more? Like, is there blood on it? Are there patches? Are there pins?
Make an investigation check.
Anna would also like to do an investigation or history to see if she recognizes the backpack, since she's sort of on the lookout for anything that could be related to Fillmore.
Nice. Yeah, sure. Sure. It does not have any pins. It does not have any blood. It does look like it's been around. Like it's got like dirt and stain. Looks like a backpack of like it's been around for some time. Looking closer at it, you do note that it doesn't like have any like tears or scratches. And the dirt can kind of very easily be like rubbed off. And it almost looks like it could be like near new condition underneath the dirt and dust.
What about the fashion of it? Is it like...
Is it fashionable?
Well, I mean, is it outdated? Like, could this have been like a 50 years ago adventuring backpack? Or is like the materials, like is it steel frame and it's got like a good like aluminum support jerry rigging thing? Like,
did they get it from REI or?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely nice. Like it's a nicely constructed backpack.
Does it look like a Fall Raven backpack?
I don't know what that is. As far as like dating wise, it'd be hard to like date the time period it's from. It's fairly, you know, like
it's not like high fashion.
Not high fashion by any means, no.
Well, then Fenn likes it a little less.
Does it look like it might hold, just hypothetically, 12 bottles of whiskey?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it could hold 12 bottles of whiskey for sure. Like it's size enough.
How about full plate mail?
It doesn't. Oh, yeah, it looks. Yeah, that's perfect, Nick. It's like that.
You're welcome.
But you know,
more high fashion.
A little more D&D.
Does it come with white sneakers and AirPods?
You'd have to dig a lot further in it, I think.
I aspire to be a Visco
Fenn
girl.
did not find any AirPods inside.
Steven's going to start heading up the stairs.
Lovely.
I'm on him.
Anna, it does not resemble anything of Fillmore's.
Okay. Fenn, you would have noticed like Anna like come up and like grab the backpack while you had it, look it over.
Steven, I lost you.
Fenn becomes very defensive of his new backpack. Hey man, hands off. This is my backpack. It's pretty nice. Be gentle with it.
Yeah. Sorry, Fenn. I just was hoping.
Well, there's nothing inside of it. It's not that good of a backpack.
It's not that good of a backpack.
Doesn't want anybody taking his backpack.
Just disappeared.
While Fent is right there with Steven, I'm gonna... Did you reach inside the backpack? Or just look?
In my mind, which I don't think I said, but in my mind, I mean, I was like fumbling around inside of it.
Like rummaging around.
Rummaging, yeah.
Checking for secret pocket.
Yeah, looking for secret pockets. You definitely was doing that. Should I roll again for that?
Yeah, you looking for secret pockets?
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
You know the secret like tampon pocket in the back with the zipper.
That Fent is extremely aware of.
Had a sister or something, I think, in his backstory that I can write in real fast.
What was her name?
Smint?
God damn it.
Cannon! Cannon!
That's it. You're done.
I call her Fenta, but
Spent and Fent.
But Cement is so much.
Saru, are you going up the stairs as well?
I would follow if everybody else was going, yes.
Okay,
is the statue the same as the ones below?
It looks similar to the ones below, but it does, maybe it's holding the staff in a different hand, but it does look similar.
Can I retcon where Fent is on this floor because he would not be touching anything written on the ground?
Yeah, I'm just moving you guys onto the floor. On the ground is a very large, intricately carved design.
Fent does not stand on it.
Does it look like the designs that we've seen at the God's Wall and at the door?
It looks more similar to the door than it does to the God's Wall.
And you mean the door of the tower, not the door we
I
found in
mean the
cave.
door of the tower, yes.
Yeah.
Apologies.
This
Yes.
is not getting more than 5 feet away from me. Like a shadow.
It appears the floor appears to be of the arcane nature, runes of the arcane nature, but they are not glowing or anything like that. It is carved.
So there's obviously more runes than there were at the door.
Correct.
Can I tell what some of these other runes are?
You can't tell exactly what any of them necessarily mean. But what you can tell is that this is a runes of what would be a permanent teleportation circle.
Oh, that's cool.
Are there any windows?
There are not. And you did not notice any windows.
Yeah, I figured.
Anywhere on the tower.
Wizard's Tower.
These things sticking out of the wall, anything significant?
Probably structural.
Okay.
Does this appear to be the top, as far as we can tell?
As far as you can tell, yeah. It does. And given an estimate, you would feel like it matches as far as how much you've gone up steps and such, you know?
Has anybody seen anything like this before? This is extremely intricate.
Not my forte.
Anna will do an Arcana check to see if she's seen anything like it before.
Anna, you would also, with that, know that this is runes of a teleportation circle, a permanent circle.
Alright. This, it has been a very long while, but I believe these are used to teleport. If someone knew how to do that, that was the purpose of those runes. To where they would go, I cannot tell you. I cannot activate them. I have just encountered them before.
Well, it seems like there's, judging by the floors earlier, people have been here already and have, probably taken most of anything. I don't. Is there any other reason we need to be here? Steve was a little disappointed we didn't find anything cool.
What?
What'd you say, Amanda? You cut out.
Sorry, speak for yourself. Found a backpack.
I suggest we be on our way.
What time of day did we enter the tower?
Like 11-ish.
If we head out, we can still make some time on the road. Keep heading north.
There's got to be more to this tower than this, right?
Well, Fent, do you know where the more would be?
Fent touches the tip of his toe to the writing on the floor.
Are we still glowing?
Yes, you are. Actually, no, you are not glowing on this floor. I apologize.
Was it on both previous floors?
First floor only. Were you glowing?
Wait, first floor was in the dark. We wouldn't have known if they're glowing.
Second floor. The first.
Oh, okay. You had mentioned on the third floor.
The first floor of light. I apologize.
Okay. So not the second
I
or
was
third
just
floors
so
of light.
I was so happy about your guys' use of the auras.
Yeah, I would have
Allowed it to
definitely
continue.
noticed on the second floor if I stopped.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if I would have kept going up or I would have gone back down or said something. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, even if you were on the stairs and you like noticed you stopped glowing and then go back down, you would notice that you would start glowing again.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you share that, sir?
You would notice it as well.
Yeah, we can see it.
You can see it.
Maybe we go back and see if we can figure out why they were glowing, but also maybe we just hit the road. It's maybe beyond us.
Which floor would you like me to teleport you to?
For now.
I'd say go back to the first floor of light.
First one for sure.
Was Steven pretty quick about going back down?
No, I was moving it for Michael.
Fair.
Yeah, you guys, I'm just moving you around. You guys tell me where you want to be. Who wants to be where? That's fine. Theater of the mind it.
First
also
floor,
cool.
please.
Or second floor?
Dark floor.
First floor of light. First floor of light.
Not ground floor, first floor.
Yeah.
And Anna will go and, like, this is a rug, right?
You beat me to it.
It is a rug.
So if we're back down and they start glowing again, Anna would just like where she's at, just sort of like, maybe Steven is right, pretty close by, and just look up and start to like, roll the rug, pick it up. This is the only thing. I mean, we didn't check this, I guess. Not really expecting much, but we'll just kind of roll the rug up or start to pick it up. with our
Yeah,
hands.
you're able to roll the rug up and just stone beneath it, as far as you can tell.
If we keep rolling. Then
Yeah, you can roll it all the way if you would like.
Yeah.
Great, now we have a rug.
Now you have a 40-foot rug.
And it doesn't
Too bad we don't have a wagon to put it in.
So we move the rug as far as we can, just stone.
Yep, just stone.
Are these lights or the lights on the floor above movable?
These lights are not movable. Just look as if they are flame on just little pillars.
If I touch Isabel, does anything happen?
Isabel stares at you very weirdly.
You ask permission first.
But you're glowing, I'm glowing.
That's what happens.
what? Do you have any thoughts on this?
Well, I don't know. I thought if we interacted with, I don't know, each other or something, that, I don't know, if someone touched me or touched each other in a not weird way. Damn it.
Touching.
Anna will go up and scratch behind Saru's ears.
Really glad I wasn't drinking.
This is meta, but it was Xerxes, Isabel, and Saru who could cross the water, right? All three of them individually. Saru couldn't.
No, it was
And Arthur. And no.
Isabel, Xerxes.
Yeah. And,
Okay, either way.
And Arthur, I think, right?
Yes.
And Arthur.
Yeah. So my point is, meta-wise, it's not even like it's the same group of people.
Which is also weird.
And who cast the spells to get in? Isabel and...
I did not.
Fenn casted one.
Oh, and Fenn.
Yeah, Isabel cast the rest.
Don't understand. Are the desks movable?
Yep.
Is this a desk?
Yeah. It's up against, like, just pushed up against the wall.
Fenn's gonna, like, start pulling the desks away from where they were and see if there's anything, like, stuck underneath them that could have been missed by, like, previous people. But, okay, so, like, who would have trashed this place? They would have had to get through the door or use a teleportation circle, right? Like, what the fuck?
Maybe they left in a hurry.
But Fenn definitely, I mean, he's, like, moving furniture now at this point.
Yeah, Fenn just scrambling around the room.
When was
Not
the lake lost?
What's that?
When was the lake lost?
Near the end, the like fort was abandoned. That was like outside the area.
Right. Was it just like a makeshift fort?
Yeah, this was not like a. I mean, this was a place where they garrisoned troops and kind of moved them around.
Right.
Yeah.
The
It
fort
wasn't. It wasn't specifically attacked. This area.
Right.
So I'm sure this is already done when I was just messing around with this. I wasn't up here. I'd like to investigate the statue over here.
Yeah, it is a statue of like it's a old, rough-hewn statue of a robed humanoid. Not super detailed, and each statue appears to either be in a slightly different position or holding a staff in a different position. They could possibly be of the same person or they could be of different people, but they're not really detailed enough to show it. And they're all about the same size.
Because that was the only thing that was different between this floor and the next one, right? The statues weren't there, and they weren't glowing.
The third floor does have a statue.
And there were pillars of the
Five.
lights. Yeah, 5.
Mm-hmm. 5 pillars in the middle of the room.
Hey, Will.
Uh-huh.
Is Clavius still following Stephen?
No, I'm trying to see if this light will light a torch.
Steven's he's not going down yet. He's just ready to leave.
Gotcha.
He'll suggest
Waiting by the door, sort of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. He'll suggest like we should probably just get out of here. It doesn't seem like there's anything here. You can tell he's pretty bummed out. Like a little kid just kind of like kicking his shoes or something.
Isabel's going to come over to Stephen. And is it like writing on the wall sort of thing with him about like how he's feeling?
Yeah, I mean, you could tell he was excited to explore a cool tower, and there's nothing here.
Unfortunately, nothing at least exciting here now that we could tell. And she'll lean in and kind of lower her voice to a whisper. You won't be able to keep your secret for long. then you will have to use it at some point. It may be life and death. As we've already seen, this trip is very dangerous. I know you are probably a little scared or anxious about using it given your whatever past experiences you've had. But this is different out here. We have to be at our best to survive.
How close are these other people around Meadow?
Not close enough. I've followed you for this whole stupid hour. And right when that happens, I'm out of range.
Yeah, well, I think the point was that.
Yeah, Isabel made it.
Almost like Isabel was watching the whole time.
Isabel made it pretty clear. No one was in earshot.
Stephen will say back, I know, but you saw what happened to me. Like, if someone were to leave, or what if one of the group is with him? Like, I don't think so. Like, they all seem like good people, but
if one of them was with him, they would have just as much cause to kill me or do whatever terrible things you and I both know they're capable of.
No, you don't understand. Like, it's different.
If that's the way you see it. But we have no choice but to trust these people. At least to some marginal degree.
Like, I know you're right, and like I read your note, and I agree with you. It just there's more. His voice is getting like a little shaky. You just don't understand, like, what they did, and like if you knew what I could do.
I know what they did. All too well.
Because I did it to you. Just kidding. Because it was me.
Saru pops out.
Ah, fuck you, Saru!
Way to kill a tense moment there, Saru.
Michael, if I cast Identify on myself, does anything? What spells, if any, are currently affecting
Who
it?
am I?
Interesting.
Isabel's just gonna say one last thing to Stephen.
Yeah.
As far as like the.
Oh, we're not done with this conversation.
Yeah. she just want to say, why do you think I was there? How do you think I ended up being in that place where you were?
Thought you were a friend of Cornelius's.
How did I had never met him before the day I met you.
Ben's confused as hell. Wait, then
I was never supposed to be on this trip.
But he hired you.
He just accepted my help. Spur of the moment.
So how did you know?
I worked for them.
What?
I knew we'd have to talk about this eventually, but I didn't like it as much as you probably did not enjoy being down there. And you can tell she's struggling to speak more about this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else to say right now.
Steven's gonna walk downstairs.
For the record, when I busted out and said I did it to you, I was referring to Isabel saying that to Steven, not me.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Steven, as you start walking down the stairs into the darkness, you actually run into someone. Oh! Apologies. I was getting a bit bored. It took me quite a while to find my way to the stairs. Is it all right if I come up? It's there's nothing happening out there. I kind of thought maybe the worst had happened. For no one was coming back down.
Yeah, of course, Borso. We were actually just about to come down. It looks like his voice is still like his head's not in the conversation with Borso.
Do you just keep walking past?
No, he would have stopped. I mean, like, he'd say like, "I'm going down. If you want to come with me, but you can look for yourself. There's some interesting, some interesting statues up there. The others will show you."
Oh, all right. And he just kind of starts walking up the stairs. Saru, casting Identify on yourself. You are being... This is a little strange, but the spell Identify is affecting you. Or a spell similar to Identify is affecting you. Clavius, you are unable to light a torch using the firelight that you are standing near. And I think that was all that I needed to address.
If I walk over to Isabel and touch her again, do I get the same?
Yeah, nothing happens other than Isabel.
Well, it would tell me. Yeah, okay. I was.
Oh,
it
well, I
you wish
think
to do
you'd
this?
have to cast Identify again because it's just one object.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
I still say one. Okay, yeah.
And the third thing is when Borseal finally crests the stairs, he is glowing. Oh, here's everyone. Oh, this
Borseal,
place
look,
is
you're glowing
quite
too.
I'm what? And he looks
Look, you're
over
glowing.
himself. Oh,
What color is he glowing?
my. A pale yellow. Oh, is this a thing that happens? Is everyone? No, just...
Let's not know. It's just me and Isabel, and now you. We're not really sure what exactly. It seems like we're being marked or identified, maybe.
Anna's sitting in the chair by the desk, sort of just watching them talk. And she will cast prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
You could do it.
And
a rough word.
Fucking terrible word.
She'll just a shower of sparks will kind of surround her.
Love it. Oh! Well, she's glowing too.
I don't know if she's glowing or exploding.
Does anything... She's looking at herself. Does anything happen?
Nothing happens. Other than the sparks. Other than what you've expected to happen.
She'll dismiss it then. Sorry, just was wondering if it had to do with casting of magic, of recent casting of magic, but...
Well, no, that was cool. You should do that more often.
It's the only thing I can do that doesn't involve my own blood. Anyways.
Dark.
She'll stand up from the chair at the desk and then go, do we leave?
Well, it
still
seems
make
like you've already pillaged this floor. I assume the rest, you've taken everything as well?
There has not been much to take, Borcio. Just an empty
Borcio,
backpack.
do you know anything about transportation circles? Lifts or anything?
Not that I am aware, no. I've not read much on teleportation. A little beyond my means.
Well, we found one at the very top level of this tower, and we kind of know what it is. Anna said she knew what it was, but no one really knows how to use it. So we're just, I don't know.
Well, if we ever found someone who could, we could note it down. You would have to draw it quite accurately, but...
Well, you're pretty good at that. Do you want to go up and...
We could come back to this place
make a sketch of it?
Did find someone. I can sketch it if you would like.
It might be useful down the road.
Depends how detailed it must be. Does anyone have a torch? I could...
That is a good thought, Saru. I can go up and sketch it, and then we can be on our way.
I would like that. I'd rather not have to walk up more stairs.
Well, I will go up and... That is a good thought, Saru. I will go up and make a drawing of the circle, just so we have it for our records. And then we should leave. And Anna will head back up the stairs to do the tasks.
Do you need any help?
That is... I don't think so, but... That is entirely up to you, Saru. It should not take too long.
Isabel will follow up.
Okay.
Lovely. So as you guys head upstairs,
just so it goes quicker.
Yeah, it will take some time, depending on how accurate you want to be. This is something you can take 20 on if you would like.
Yeah, let's take 20.
That'll just take you a few hours to make it accurate. It's incredibly detailed, and the size is going to be a challenge. Getting it accurately shrunk down.
That's fine. We'll take the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything anyone else wants to do? You can take a short rest. I don't know if anyone needs it while they're doing that. Or anything anyone else would like to do with this couple hours of time you have in this wizard tower.
I will ask Saru.
Even want to go, sorry, go ahead.
Saru, do you like games?
Well, sure, I suppose so. Doesn't everybody?
Have you ever played the Truth or Truth game?
Doesn't sound like a game.
It's more of a trust exercise.
Oh, like a trust fall.
Kind of. The rule is if you tell me the truth about 2 questions that I ask, I will tell you the truth about 2 questions that you ask.
But how do I know you're telling the truth?
Well, that's
Now
what
we're
makes
then.
that's what makes it a trust exercise, right?
You cast Zone of Truth. No, I don't have that equipped yet. Because that'd be awesome. I mean, yeah, I suppose. I mean, the more knowledge we have about everybody here, the better off we're going to be. So, what are your questions?
They're very simple, and I hope that yours are the same. Are all cat people like you? Eager, optimistic, looking on the bright side of things?
Not all of us. There are a few of us here or there that enjoy learning new things or are inherently curious, but most people just kind of, they keep to themselves, or they do what their own tasks are in the village, or they help take care of the travelers that come through our village. But I just always found an interest in hearing other people's stories and hearing about far-off lands, and that's why I came here.
Okay, so this isn't so hard, is it? One more question. How old are you?
Upper 20s. I have no idea. 28.
Very good.
Why do you wear those goggles?
Clavius will say, "Follow me into the light." And will take off his goggles. Saru.
These two massive tentacles just start coming out.
I'm telling you, I'm like scared. I'm like trying to jump behind a thing. I'm afraid he's gonna like Cyclops laser eye beam me or something. It's like just another secret weapon.
I wear them for protection, and that is the truth. They don't do anything.
Huh,
if you
okay.
want to touch them, they're
Does it look
plastic.
cool?
Alright, so I like poke him in the eyes now. Okay. No, it just seemed interesting, different. And it didn't make sense to me why you wear them if you can't see that well, but you know, whatever makes you comfortable.
And Clavius will stop him and say, "You want to hold on to that second question for about 14 more days."
What?
Okay. I wasn't sure I really had a whole question, or a second question at the moment, so that works fine for me. Actually, I could have asked you about your musical ability since you asked about
you
that.
you heard my singing. I mean,
We'll touch about it later. Yeah, I heard. Was it singing? Like, I mean, I yelled Marco and I didn't hear Apollo back, but I heard like mumbling or whatever, so it's fine. You can get better.
So not a part of the trust game, but what would you have in common with Borseal and Isabel?
I really have no idea. I mean, I've never met either of them before now, and I'm certainly not from the same geographical area that they am. That's your guess is as good as mine, unfortunately.
I'll take that and go over to Borseal and ask where he's from. You're muted, Michael.
I'm muted. Sorry. Silenced. Briarwood. Grew up in Briarwood. I've lived there all my life.
Never been off the continent?
No. Boats in Borseal.
All right, I've already lost interest, Borseal.
Oh, okay. Goodbye, Clavius. Intrepid warrior.
Anna has a conversation for Isabel while they're sketching, unless somebody else wants to RP during this rest.
I do, but you can go first. It's all right.
So while we're sketching up there, Anna will just sort of, while drawing a part of it, will just... How did you open that door, Isabel, to the tomb?
All I did was touch the door.
She
and
real
place
good.
whatever faith I have left, thin as it is, in it.
Do you think you could open the God's Wall if we went back?
I couldn't open those other 4 doors. I doubt I could open the God's Wall. Why do you want to open it?
I don't know if I want to open it or not. I just was curious. You're a woman of science, but of deep faith, or maybe
Yes.
more accurately, once of deep faith. I have, that is not something I have ever. I've been around people, a lot of people of deep faith, but have never. It is not quite. I've never quite picked it up. I just was curious if we come across something like that, or how you did it is all. But
I don't know. I don't know very much about all this stuff. So I'm just as much in the dark as everyone else. Just slight thoughts from time to time about the what ifs, the possibilities. But the gods are gone. That is the only thing I do now.
and yet, your magic still works.
A mystery to me as well. I can't even fathom to why I can still use it. Especially... And then Isabel will trip. She doesn't speak after that. Or at least of that sentence, it ends there.
Anna's not gonna dig further. That was her question, so we can finish sketching.
A warning. I spoke with Stephen a little bit ago, and I'm afraid I may have said some things that might have soured his mood for the time being. So, just a
What
word of
did you tell the boy? I can imagine somewhere from the bottom, Steven just yells up that he's not a boy.
Boy!
I told the boy about the day, or a little bit about the day we met, and I don't think he found comfort in some of the facts.
She will side-eye you and just be like, such as?
Do you know where you were when you came to pick up or escort Stephen? Do you know whose place you were beneath?
I did not. My, whoever Cornelius, who I did not know his name at the time was, he reached out to me and said he could get me beyond the wall if I took Stephen, who I did not know at the time. If I took this young man to Borseal. If I completed that task, I could leave beyond the wall. So I was waiting for Stephen and saw the two of you. So we left.
It's good to know. But the place belonged to some very unsavory people. People I worked for. And I don't think he took that very well with that information.
He looked pretty rough when he made it out. Was that the doing of these unsavory people that you worked for?
Yes. Isabel will take the bottle of whiskey out and take a swig.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll light up her pipe afterwards.
Anna will keep sketching for a minute, assuming Isabel's just sort of like in her thoughts. Well, I have come to trust you quickly, but I can see Why? Stephen would not take kindly to that. But a wise man told me, who is substantial, who does not cast a shadow. I will not judge you for your actions, whatever they may be.
Your wise words are growing on me a bit. I didn't care for him at the start, but I get a little better over time.
It took me a long time to warm up to Fillmore's words, but I keep finding myself coming back to them. They can bring comfort.
Isabel nods in a way that she seems like she's can relate very well to what you just said, what Anna just said.
All right. We'll keep sketching.
I could watch this shit all night. So good.
I got wisdom quotes for days. Don't worry, Amanda.
So fucking good. You guys are all just blowing my mind.
After Clavius asked about what me and Borseal and Isabel have in common, I'm gonna run to Borseal and ask him if he was in Briarwood at the sky burning. I would call the sky burning. It's whatever the actual burning, whatever the sky.
Oh yes, I was near my home when it happened.
I guess
ran
that or
inside
when
and latched the door.
Titans started coming that way.
Oh, I was not. I did not want to see that. I ran home quickly. I had to go to the pub, to tell you the truth. Get a few.
Okay,
drinks.
great, thanks.
Oh,
I just
okay.
literally
goodbye.
mid-sentence, I'm out. I'm gonna run all the way upstairs
Bye.
and get to the stairs.
Cat man.
Poor Borseal.
There he goes. The stairs.
And
I wish I had those knees.
springy feline limber knees. I'm gonna get to the top level, and as soon as I get to the stairs, I'm gonna basically just yell at Isabel and be like, Isabel, were you in Briarwood when the Titan was getting ready to attack? When the Skyfire happened?
Did you get to the top of the stairs, or were you like somewhere along the stairs?
I'm somewhere where you can hear me. I don't know where I am. My screen's blank.
Isabel sighs. She puts her work material down, gets up, walks over to the edge of the stairs. No, I was not in Briarwood when it happened.
Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to find things that you, me, and Borseal have in common. And he was there and I was there, but if you weren't, that doesn't really help us, so... Anything you can think of would be great! And then I'll run back down.
She doesn't try to think of anything else.
Oh, shit.
She goes back to work.
Sorry, Borseal, I thought that I might have figured out...
Oh, there he is. He's back.
I thought I figured out why you, me, and Isabel were glowing, but she wasn't in Briarwood when the Titan attacked either, so I don't know. It kind of
quite strange.
Defunks that theory.
Borseal, can you use healing magic?
Oh, no. God, no. No magic for me. Never had that.
Okay, a simple no will do.
No,
No,
okay.
God, no.
Goodbye, Clavius.
Quickly becoming the punching
I'll see you
bag of
later. We can talk at another time.
So Xerxes, first of all, when Borseal, like when they came and they left to go on their little like drawing adventure, Xerxes definitely would have said to Borseal, what are you doing? Who's watching the front door? What are we gonna do?
Oh yes, it was
He's half joking.
Supposed to be me, wasn't it? Well, you see, there was nothing outside, and we are on an island, so I thought maybe it would be okay.
Thought?
I could go back down.
No, it's okay. I'm just giving you a hard time, old man. Slap him on the back.
Oh, God. You're quite strong. Quite strong.
Xerxes happy to call somebody an old man.
And it gives him a lot of joy. So he then sits down and starts to work on his next science project.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Start strong.
And he's actually going to go over here and work on that. So he's got his tools out. It's the bench or something?
It can be a bench if you want it to be a bench.
I guess it's a bench. So he's going to start working, and because Arthur, Clavius, and Fent are all there, he's going to start a conversation with them. The three of you are all quite skilled. To be honest, probably the best warriors that we have. Did all of you fight in the war?
Ben just looks at him and like solemnly.
I was not directly involved in the war.
I was not a part of any war where I was, no.
Interesting.
No.
I assume those skills must have been honed fighting the invaders.
No. My skills were honed fighting for survival.
Clavius,
one and the same.
Clavius will be feverishly flipping the coin in his pocket and tell Xerxes, because he likes him, I was training with the paladins at Centrel before they marched. Made that terrible, ill-fated march that they had no chance of winning. I think you said yourself, it's utter foolishness to attempt to fight a battle you know you cannot win. I don't think any of them survived.
It's terrible, Clavius. I can't even imagine how much that must have hurt to see them march off.
Humans are very adaptable, and I've learned to move on.
What about you, Fent?
You would have noticeably seen Fent perk up when he revealed that he was like with the Paladins in Centrel. Not all of those that went from Centrel died, but most of us did.
You were one of them.
In a manner of speaking. I never completed my training, but you know how war is. I could hold a blade, and I went. And I didn't deserve to survive it, but I did.
Maybe you can hold more than a blade. How about I make a deal with you?
Whiskey?
If you will carry 11 bottles of whiskey for me in your backpack, I'll give you one.
Like one a week? Or just one?
You can have one if you carry those until I get to a place I can sell them. This is 40-year-old whiskey. You've never had anything like it.
Yeah, I'm definitely bartering for more there, buddy. Will Sheffield, trying to. that's like hundreds of miles. That's hundreds of miles that you're asking of me.
How about?
I want at least a taste first.
How
And
about
I
I
think
give you a bottle for your backpack?
okay.
So Clavius will open the crate and seeing that there's one missing, will immediately have two primary suspects. People that have just been chugging stuff and downing stuff morning after morning.
Fent will just look. Wait, hold on. Can I like roll like a lying check?
Deception.
Deception.
Yeah, Fent is just straight faced and shocked. Those halflings ripped you off.
Oh no! Clavius will have a one-track mind. He's like, I don't think it was the halflings. I'd have my money on Isabel or Anna. They drink anything you can put in their hands. They drink.
They do drink a lot. Mm-hmm.
And I need to keep them happy. One bottle. Still, a promise is a promise. One bottle to you for your backpack. And I'll
so
put the other 10 with my bedroll into the backpack.
Hey, whoa. You said you'd give me a bottle for my backpack. So Fent puts the bottle in the backpack.
No. I will give you a bottle of whiskey. You give me your backpack.
Well, that's a different trade than what we already talked about. Pretty sure.
Clavius drops the plate mail and holds his shield up. The whiskey is his retirement plan. You're gonna give me either that bottle of whiskey or that backpack.
Fent claps him on the shoulder and says, "Stop just joshing with you, buddy." And it says, "I bet this whiskey is going to taste great. I've never had a sip of it before, ever." And then hands him his backpack.
Clavius will say, "Oh, it's better than you've ever had, and let's leave the joke into the cat, shall we?"
Meow.
All right, I put the whiskey and the bedroll in the backpack. That'll make it easier to carry, even though it doesn't change the encumbrance.
Rolled whiskey.
As you put the backpack on your back, you notice it doesn't weigh any more than it did when it was empty.
Oh, God damn it! Give away a magic backpack?
I put the plate mail in. I put the plate mail
Michael.
in.
So there are 3 pockets on the backpack. Which pocket did you put the? I guess the main pocket, because it would have fit.
Oh shit! Does it go into like a different dimension? Like, does he lose his
Dimensional
entire
pockets.
Oh
You
no,
just
Will.
do a little
Or bag of
checking here.
My 401k.
Fent is running with his bottle of whiskey.
It's all in Bitcoin.
So as you are trying to, once you notice what's happening, and are trying to see if your plate mail will fit, you feel the bag start to expand, and you feel like it's going to tear. Like this.
Why aren't you? Oh, because we had to swim across the pond. That's right.
Can I try the plate mail without the whiskey and see if it feels like it's going to tear, putting it in piece by piece?
Yes, you do so. And it feels like it's going to tear.
Okay. I take it out and put the whiskey in, and I'm satisfied.
Okay.
That doesn't make it feel like it's going to tear, right?
And how much whiskey is it?
10 bottles. 10 bottles of whiskey. Of the old 1435.
I can't wait until
You actually feel like you can fit only 6 bottles of whiskey in it without it starting to want to tear.
Feel like you want to share some more whiskey with us, buddy?
Well,
Is it including
that for you?
Is it including like the side pockets then too? Oh, there are side pockets there, buddy. I don't know if you checked
There
those
are
out.
side pockets.
Can I try to fit? How many can I fit in the side pockets?
When you try to put something in one side pocket that appears to be empty, it will not go in, and it feels like it's going to tear. The other side pocket, you can get 2 in.
What the fuck
before
is
it
this
feels like it's going to tear.
Okay.
Is it the left side or the right side pocket?
That was the right side pocket.
It honestly sounds like a JanSport.
All right, carrying 2 bottles, the rest 8 bottles in the backpack.
Okay.
Still got the rope with the
damage.
What a
How
pain.
exactly was Clavius carrying 11 bottles?
They were in a crate.
He has
Like a-
cargo pants.
Like a bocce ball set.
Okay.
Slowly, very slowly.
Yes.
On his head.
I couldn't remember
Some
if
would
we addressed
say
that or not.
10 feet slower than anybody else every 6 seconds.
Can I make a sports nerd moment? Did any of you know who Katie Ledecky is?
Why do I know that name?
Swimmer?
She's a famous Olympian swimmer, one of the
Yeah.
greatest of all time. She posted a
Hard to
video
know.
of herself today swimming the entire length of a pool, 50 meters, with a glass of chocolate milk on her head, and it did not spill.
TikTok milk challenge.
There you go. There's your fun fact for you.
I think I got ripped off with this backpack.
And I mean, you can't see any of the contents when they're inside. It's just like, but when you start to push those extra ones in, they just don't feel like they're going to fit.
But I could reach in and get what's in there and pull it out and put it back in.
Yeah, when you're like, I'm going to pull this whiskey out, you pull the whiskey out.
Can I root around in there just to see if there's anything
Yeah.
in there already?
It doesn't feel like there's anything in there. No, it doesn't feel like your whiskey's in there either. Until you try to pull your whiskey out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you have to like know what's in there to pull it out?
Or you just have to think of something.
Think of gold.
Think of a ball of twine for Saru.
I really want a horse to pull our cart. That's why it's so full.
Does anybody know this, or do I just know this?
I mean, I think Fent is watching you.
Oh yeah,
He's dumb as a brick, though.
he is.
But he also does see you throwing whiskey into this bag, and the bag is not getting bigger, so... Like, it's...
True.
All right. I don't want to get bogged down with this. I'll just wear it for now, and if something happens, something happens.
So yeah,
Michael.
you can take off 8 whiskey from your equipment load because you're not. The weight is not there.
Okay. Oh, I guess I need to adjust from 12 to 10 too, and I will be finding out who took that other bottle.
Law and Order.
Dun, 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 dun.
Michael,
Okay.
where do I sense magic from? With detect magic?
Everywhere?
You sense magic. Coming from the backpack that Clavius is wearing, or that Clavius is putting stuff into. Borseal, or an object on Borseal, and yourself. An object that you are holding. That is currently what you detect from your current location.
I empty my
What?
pockets. Was the crystal glowing?
It is, yeah. The crystal is glowing.
I'm
It
gonna
is
look at it for a minute.
glowing.
And I'll turn to Borseal and say, Borseal, do you have any trinkets or objects on you or in your pockets?
Oh, plenty of trinkets, buttons, gold pieces,
Anything
necklace.
of magical means?
No, I don't believe so, no.
Would you do me a favor and put them all on the table over here?
Sure, yes.
And he slowly starts pulling his things out. Are you holding the crystal?
I am.
Okay. It is
Am I
like
glowing?
emanating the same aura that you are. A white aura.
If I put it on the table, do I stop glowing?
You do, yeah.
Does Borseal put anything on the table that makes him stop glowing?
He is still emptying his pockets currently.
Okay.
He's got a bunch of little trinkets on him. It's going to take him a hot minute. After a few moments,
I will wait.
Yes, there is something that he puts on the table that is glowing. And as he sets it down, the glow that is around him stops, and it is only on what looks to be like this small stone, smooth stone with a hole through the middle of it. And when he sets it down, he's like,
Oh, would you look at that? It's glowing now. Oh, I am not glowing. That is odd. What's going on here?
Yeah, do you know, what is that stone?
That is, it was a gift, actually. A woman I met gave it to me.
I'm just gonna burn spell slots left and right here. Do you mind if I hold it for a second? I won't do anything to it. I'm curious to see if I glow when I'm picking it up.
Sure, yes. Fine.
And when you do pick it up, you glow that color, that yellow color.
Hold on. I cast Identify on it while I'm holding it.
Spell slots. It glows yellow color and boop, beep, boop, boop, boop. It is something called a hag eye. That you can look up if you wish.
Cool.
An artifact created by hag covens that hags can use to see through.
And they'll go at great lengths to recover.
Ooh, cool.
We gotta cast Borseal into the
Definitely
volcano.
needed that information, Nick.
So, if I hold it up to my eye, what happens, if anything?
Nothing. Looks normal.
Nothing. Okay.
It's pink eye. You don't know where that thing's been, man.
Borseal, do you know what this is?
No, like I said, a woman gave it to me after, after a night of drinking and...
All right.
Hit the drop.
Yeah, if there was ever a time for that drop.
Alright, I'm not gonna hit it on myself. That's just silly.
Hey, if the conversation requires it.
Borseal glows just a very faint red.
Around his head.
Ugh.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I will. Yeah, I'll put the stone back on the table, and I'll pick up my stone and back up to Isabel we go.
You are glowing white when you pick up your stone.
And I will.
He starts
run
putting
up.
everything back in his pockets.
Yeah. Thanks, Porcile. I'll be right back.
Oh, anytime, Saru. They are
And then,
strange creatures, those cat people.
I'll get to the top of the stairs again and holler at Isabel again and be like, Isabel, I figured out why we're glowing. We all have something magical on us. I've got this stone. Porcile has some weird Haggai, and I don't know what you've got. Maybe your symbol?
Take the holy symbol off and kind of hold it away from her body.
It is not glowing anything.
Remember, you weren't glowing.
Wait, I'm not glowing right now anyways.
Yeah, you're
so-
not.
Yeah, that's right.
We are close to being finished, Isabel.
You guys are pretty much done.
I will finish the last sketch. No worries.
Isabel nods and follows Sarah downstairs.
Woohoo!
And is it the holy symbol?
It doesn't appear to be the holy symbol, no.
She puts it back around her neck. I don't know what else it could be.
Really?
Well, it's gotta be something.
The potion? Set that down?
Yeah, when you put the potion down, the red glow that is around you only emanates from the liquid of the vial. And you are no longer glowing.
Figure anything out?
Just not. Maybe it's not us. It's just the things we're holding. So it's basically if we're holding anything magical, then we glow. Or it glows, and because we're touching it, we glow. That's all I got, though, really. I don't know if that means anything significant, but
I don't know.
clearly
Probably just something to do with the wizard tower.
Yeah, but why would they be concerned about identifying anything magical? And why just this floor?
I'm not sure
Seems like the
why it's
whole
just
tower.
a floor, but if I was a wizard, I'm pretty sure I would want to know what other people are carrying when they're coming in.
I kind of feel like if you're a wizard, you would know that, right? I mean, they're a wizard.
Well, how do you know?
Well, I have no idea. I'm not a wizard.
No, I mean, how do you know that these are magical? Beyond just the glow, how did you figure this out?
Oh well, I don't know. I mean, I guess I know what the Haggai is, and I know this crystal that I found was in the cave that me and Clavius and Xerxes were exploring, thanks to Lucian's. And I don't know. I guess I just assumed that if I had this and you had this, and I knew you had the symbol, so I guess I just thought it was the symbol, not the potion. But I guess potions are kind of magical in a way.
They can carry some, magical effects on them. But you knew how did you end up finding out? It was because we were carrying something magical.
Oh, I was just focusing really hard on trying to figure out where I was kind of feeling kind of the magic from, because obviously we were all glowing.
So you cast a spell.
I don't know, I guess I did. I don't know if I would call it casting a spell.
Well, imagine, it probably took some exertion from you to do something like that, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was focusing really hard. It's kind of when you sit and...
You are a wizard, and you don't want to be doing that all the time. You just create some sort of effect, and it just does it automatically. That's what I'm kind of assuming is going on, from what you've told me.
I suppose that could be. It's kind of a nifty trick, though. Can you do stuff like that?
No. I've just been around a lot of people like that.
Anna now walks down the stairs. And you are all on this level.
As she walks downstairs, I'm just pointing about, here's your potion back. I studied enough on it. I think I should be able to reproduce it with some time and the right ingredients.
And now Anna is glowing a faint red.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, everyone, for letting us draw that. Are we ready to leave?
Look, Anna, you're glowing now, just like you wanted.
She'll laugh. I am glowing. Thank you for... it's good to at least have that figured out if we did not figure anything else out while we were here. Are we ready to head out?
Steven says yes and then just walks down the stairs.
He came back. Or was he there the whole time?
I was there the whole time.
Anna will follow and go down the stairs.
I'll check on Xerxes to see if he needs help carrying any of his tinkering stuff. Assuming he has like sprawled out all over that bench.
No, he's got it. He's cleaning it up. He's moving. He's a very fit old man, you know.
No, I mean it wasn't anything that just like if he needed help picking it all up.
I get respecting your elders.
Mama taught me good.
Saru, are you still concentrating, or have you dropped that?
Oh no, that can go away, I guess.
Beautiful. All right, you guys go down to the darkened level of the tower, and follow the wall, and exit to the lake. It's only
Doors
been
remain open that whole time.
Yeah. The doors are still open. And you are now standing on the steps of the tower.
Let's, link hands and cross again.
Before we do that, or while you're doing that, Sarah's gonna call attention to everybody and ask if everybody can hang around for a second because he has something he wants to talk about. And then he is basically assuming that everybody stops to listen, and even if people don't, he's basically just gonna go off on this big speech. Say it in my normal voice because I don't think I can talk that long in that Sarah voice without just going crazy. So he's basically just going to kind of go along, reminiscing about what happened with the battle before the previous day and how Sir Garen fell and poor old BJ. He's going to call everybody together and say, it seems like a good time for the group chat about kind of what we're all doing here. We were all gathered for this quest as a group, as in we do it all together. If this was something that could be done alone, with the first expedition wouldn't have gone missing, Lucian would not have gathered so many of us together. He would have selected just a select few. We have to start working as a unit, and if we don't, Sir Garen won't be the only one to make it back. You all saw how quickly he fell, and he probably was the most experienced fighter we had. Knowledge is power. I learned that from the Schoolhouse Rock. We all need to pool our knowledge and share everything we know about the Skyfire and the history of the war so we have a better understanding of what we could be dealing with. Almost everybody here could potentially be hindering the group as a whole and what we can achieve by keeping to themselves and not sharing any information that could greatly benefit our survival. That selfishness will ultimately end up with someone losing their life. We've all made a decision to accept Lucian's call, albeit for different reasons, but we all have to decide if we're willing to help the group and everybody get through this, or if any of our personal missions are so important that we're willing to sacrifice ourselves or others for it. And then he will kind of turn to stare at the water and leave it at that.
Kat, if I may follow up with those words.
You're very welcome to.
I think they came from the right place, and I think they carry a lot more weight than what the group's willing to recognize at this point. I think that with Sagarin's death, we've realized the dangers and actualities of what lies beyond the wall. And I think that many of you, trained as though you may be, are not fully experienced in what truly comes with the horrors of the wilds. I think the cat makes a great point in that you need to set everything else aside and that the main mission is at hand. We've but one goal that we're trying to accomplish, and anything outside of that goal is but a distraction and is potentially life-threatening, not only to you, but to the group. So, we need to focus on that goal, and we need to move forward with that one thing in mind. We need to be ever alert and ever present, and things like this tower are nothing but a distraction. They should be forgotten, and we need to get on with what we're doing here, or else perish.
He's gonna perk back up and go, well, I don't think we need to forget about this place, but we just gotta, accept that we're all kind of in this together, and I'm assuming we all want to make it out of here alive, so we just gotta make sure that we all know what we're dealing with, and if anybody has any information that talks about, or that references what we could be walking into, I came from a place where all the information was shared. It was an open, there was no secrets. Everything was privy to everybody else. So if you needed to know something, you asked, and you generally got an answer. And that's the way that we made our living. And it greatly benefited our village. It greatly benefited any travelers that came through. So it's just a matter of making sure that we're all...
Saru, your optimism radiates and is a benefit to everyone here, including myself. However, a wise man told me, nobody ever is betrayed by their enemy. If you don't mind, I'm happy to keep going on this journey with everybody, and I will have your back in the fight. And we should keep moving. But that is enough. Shall we keep going?
I would love
Yes,
to, but
let's do it.
I can't get through the water like some of you can, so...
Here, come with me, Saru. And Xerxes holds out his hand, and they begin to walk into the water, just the two of them. And he'll say, the world is a very dark place, Saru. And unfortunately, not all share the same worldview as you. I agree that we must ultimately trust each other, but that trust does not come easily to some. I think that you'll find that the rest of our party will gradually get there, but unfortunately we cannot brute strength our way to trust that sometimes take years to develop.
Well,
I appreciate your words.
Let's certainly hope it's sooner than later, otherwise we're not all making it. We're all not all making it home.
And if we do, we're not all going to make it home.
I think if anybody was paying any attention to Fent during that, like he was very, very affected by both of those speeches. very much so realizing like that he's not been part of a team, and that he wants that, but hasn't made any effort towards it. So he's just kind of like, and this is like on top of even talking about the war, like he's very like needing to figure his shit out and is like very introverted, and so just kind of like walks into the water, but also is like offering kind of like, oh shit, like I guess okay, ooh, need some help.
Steven will grab Fent's hand.
Fent smiles at him very kindly, but also kind of like he hasn't smiled on purpose in a very long time, so it's a little creepy.
Wait for me! Steven, Steven, wait for me!
Steven will gladly take Borsel's hand.
I've seen this fake Fed smile before.
Is there anyone else that we know is not able to cross?
Anna cannot cross, but she will go with Isabel if Isabel goes across the water. And Clavius cannot cross, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'll go with whoever.
Arthur will extend a hand or arm or something to Clavius as they follow up the rear.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Guys, it's not even 10 o'clock yet.
Things are going.
On the beach, we see 3 hags.
I want my stone back.
Make sure they're more than 30 feet apart.
What the fuck did I just find on Amazon?
Yes, deep dive.
I don't know.
Gonna have to share.
Yeah.
Is it a proper
Do you
egg
want us to
pickling?
move ourselves onto the land, Michael?
Yeah, that's cool. I was just getting you all together.
Did we go back the same way, or do we keep going north?
Well,
this is the shortest portion, the shortest distance from the tower to the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arthur, let me out first.
Clavius, as you step onto land, Arthur, you probably hear this too, just being close. There is a strange, like a hiss or a fizzle that you hear kind of behind you as you step onto land. And it's like almost exactly after your feet leave the like bounds of the water.
Okay, I guess. Although I don't know, like the intent was for those two to be at the rear and giving them enough time for everyone else to be on
Yeah,
land
that's
by the
totally
time
fine.
they
Everyone
drop
else
there.
can be on land.
Okay. Just didn't know we'd shot ahead or anything. Okay. He'll look back at the water.
Arthur, roll a perception check.
Come on, first roll of the night.
Wow. Taking this long to get a Nick roll. Hey, that's over 10, baby.
I'll take it. That's a nat 7.
It doesn't appear to be emanating from the water. It appears to be emanating from the back region of Clavius. And it fades away rather quickly, the sound.
Look like a suicide bomber vest or some shit.
Or did it lose its ability.
And yeah, the sound.
All the whiskey's gone.
The sound vanishes rather quickly. It's just kind of this quick, like, hiss and fizz.
Clavius, did you hear that?
My carbonated beverages. Did I hear it?
Do you know they don't handle
yeah.
pressure changes?
Clavius, you definitely heard it.
Yeah, I heard it. You think the wizard's mad I took his backpack?
Maybe there's something inside the backpack drinking the whiskey.
Maybe we've got a salamander companion or something like that. You might as well check the backpack.
I will put the backpack down. And I will reach my hand in there and try to pull out what I would imagine would make a hissing sound.
Which would be specifically...
Snake?
A snake.
Salamander?
Nothing comes out in your hand.
What did it sound like, Arthur?
Hiss.
No.
Think about the sound and reach in here and pull the sound out. And I'd tell him about the magical nature of the backpack. What I know about it, which is probably very little, but...
Yeah, that got me good, Nick.
I'm so sorry. Arthur will reach into the black depths beyond and can only assume that he watched them put the booze in. He'll request the booze into his palm.
Booze, bottle of booze comes out.
He will pull it out. Is it intact? And
yeah, looks great. Looks just as it did when you put it in.
Let's make sure that finds its way
how
back
many
in.
more of these? Well, finder's fee, eh?
You would know the answer to that if you weren't fishing yesterday.
I don't know that he can do much more of a figuring out of this.
Maybe
The hissing just sounded natural or unnatural or.
Roll a nature check.
Question is, was it a hiss like an animal, or was it a hiss like steam?
It
like
didn't
a
sound
2-liter being opened.
natural. Definitely not a sound of nature. Probably didn't come from like an animal or anything like that. It was an unnatural sound.
Was it coming from the backpack or?
It appeared probably some. Yeah, I mean the backpack is your best idea from your earlier check.
Try the side pocket. He couldn't fit the 2 bottles in.
And I assume all of you are now looking back at them as they're like, stopped.
What are they doing?
Yeah, totally.
All right, Clavius, we're going to try what Michael Sarah suggested. Hold still, and we'll attempt the side pockets.
What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna reach into the left side pocket first.
Okay. Feels empty to you.
Right side pocket.
Feels empty.
Corner pocket. Deep.
None. 0 corner pocket. Sank the 8 ball.
Insta loss.
Unless of course you were thinking of whiskey. Or are you just reaching around?
No. Yeah, just scrumming around.
Feels empty.
I think of Paragus Planeswalker.
Yeah, there it is.
Which pocket? Which pocket are you reaching in?
The big one first, but I'll try them all eventually.
Feels empty. Each one of them. It's funny every time. Each one of them feels empty.
Damn it, that would have been really funny.
Would have been pretty something else.
I'm Paragus Planeswalker.
What is the matter, Arthur? Clavius?
There's something in here, but it'll only come out if you think about what it is.
How?
Need a hiss.
A hiss? Can Anna do some sort of check like Arthur did to know what if it would,
You can do a check at disadvantage based on them explaining the sound to you.
A hiss?
Yeah.
What kind of check? Intelligence or straight up?
You can just do a straight up intelligence, yeah, disadvantage. You're not sure.
I think of the Halfling's ring.
The halfling's what?
The Halfling's ring that housed the elemental.
It wasn't a ring, it was a crystal.
It was a crystal.
There would have been a million Lord of the Ring comments if it had been a ring, so that's why.
Hammer rock.
So what are you thinking of?
The crystal that the Halflings held up on the road that they got from the wizard.
You feel something in your hand. And when you pull it out, there is
about to erupt into an elemental.
A crystal in your hand. Just a pale crystal about the size of your fist. Looks similar in shape and look to the one that you saw them holding.
Well, then, Clavius, that was in there?
Thought of the stone that the Halflings held up on the road. They said they got it from this wizard. I'll toss it to Saru. Oh, that's quite a toss from that far.
And that was in the
It's
right,
the back of his head.
the right side pocket, if you're wondering.
Saru, do your spell thing on this. Tell me what this is. And I'll search the other two pockets while he's doing that. Thinking of the same thing.
Nothing else comes out of the other two.
I think of the Halflings.
Nothing comes out.
Ishmael!
Saru, it looks incredibly similar to the crystal that you have.
I'll show them to Xerxes. I'll be like, this is the one I took from the cave. This is the one he just football tossed to me.
The one that he tossed you is maybe a little bigger than yours, but they look...
The other guy's is always bigger.
Just depends on how you use it.
But they look similar.
I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. It's just weird. I didn't really expect to find another one, especially out of a backpack.
I'm trying to recall, Saru. What exactly was the crystal's purpose?
I don't think we figured it out. It was just in the central pillar of that cave that was surrounded by all those guys that were chained up.
That's right. It likely had something to do with the undead that we fought as well.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were thinking. But yeah, we couldn't really figure out if it did anything. It didn't really react when we were in the cave. But I'm certainly glad I held on to it.
I'm sure it will come in handy at some point. I must admit, I'm much better at harnessing magical energy. I as far as understanding magical things, it's not really my area of expertise.
Hearing them talk about that, Michael, this is a 1 in a billion.
Mm-hmm.
But is there a check I can do to see if any of this group looks like any of those individuals we saw chained up?
Yeah. Let's call it a just straight intelligence check. Kind of like trying to rack your brain. You don't think, like there are a few that you kind of like sit on for a minute. You're like, did they? Didn't they? You don't think that anyone really looked that similar to any of those people.
Okay.
Well, now we have 2. I guess we keep them and just keep going. Maybe watch the backpack tonight.
Didn't you guys check that backpack thoroughly?
You can hear Fent grumbling in the background. Yes.
No, I didn't mean that as
Checked it
insult.
thoroughly.
Just curious. I mean,
I got a hell of a deal.
Why just now?
Clavius said he thought of the crystal and pulled this out. So maybe if we know what's in the backpack, we'll be able to summon it. But it's a fool's game trying to think of things and pull it out.
One last thing. I will think of a hag's eye and try to pull it out. And a healing potion.
Assuming all 3...
Out of the right side pocket?
All 3 pockets, you are not able to pull out a hag's eye. You are able to pull out a healing potion.
What the fuck?
Holy shit. Suck it, Fant.
Fant is pissed!
That's called karma.
Well then,
I just like the idea of Fent is just sitting, or Clavius is just sitting there like thinking, and just like reaching into all of them, like thinking.
What would really piss Fent off?
A extra 40-year bottle of whiskey that you just find that wasn't part of your initial stash.
Clavius, what made you think of the crystal? Of all things.
Well, I thought of the halfling crystal, because they said they got it from here. And then it was similar to the one you have. And so I thought maybe it copied things that we took in with us. But it didn't. Well, I wouldn't have seen the hag's eye. I don't think I can do that. I wouldn't have seen that encounter.
There may or may not be a hag's eye in the bag. Who's to say?
Oh my god.
Who knows?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have thought of that if I wouldn't have seen Borseal lay out his stuff on the table, and
totally
I didn't.
Fair. So now you have to pretend that maybe there is one in there.
Check all the pockets now. I'm more referring to what made you check it out here and not in the tower, because, I mean, you've had that backpack for a while, but...
It hissed. It made a sound.
It hissed?
Like an unnatural hissing. not like a snake. Maybe steam. Maybe.
Just on a whim, or was it like, did you drop the backpack?
It was right as Arthur got out of the water.
I think he was hissing at me.
Well, my crystal didn't hiss. I'll take the crystal he gave me and dunk it in the water. Just plunk. Like I'm holding it, but...
Got a wet crystal in your hand.
If I pull it back out, does it hiss?
A wet paw. It does not hiss, no.
As far as we know...
Well, it wasn't the crystal. Maybe he took the backpack in the water. Anyway, do you want this crystal back?
Why don't you
I
hold
don't need
on to it?
I don't need two.
I really could use you to help carry that encumbrance there, buddy.
You've got a whole backpack.
I've got a bedroll full of plate mail that I'm toting too.
All right, don't blame me if it gets lost.
Can I fit another bottle of whiskey in there now that the crystal's gone?
With the potion of healing out, you can.
Awesome. I tossed the potion of healing to Isabel.
It breaks.
Isabel feels very strange considering she just gave one back. I just...
If we're handing those out, I will keep them. But Clavius, you may want to keep that on your person. But I will also carry it for you until you need it.
Isabel passes it to Tiana.
All right. Solving problems here.
Anna will pocket the potion of healing.
Lovely. It's a lesser.
I would. Cool.
Xerxes looks at the group and says, I don't know about you all, but I've certainly had enough of wizard games for the day. We still have light. I suggest that we move along on our path.
I agree.
Arthur, will you take the back and watch out if any tentacles come out of this thing and try to choke me out? Just walk behind me.
You've got it.
Lovely. Y'all hit the road?
Yep.
Headed...
Sounds like it.
Headed where? Without Sergei.
We know the general path toward Mountain Heart, don't we?
Generally speaking, yeah.
I would know, and Arthur would know. I assume Arthur would know. I would know for sure.
So, you have options. Those of you from this region, there is a crossing where the rivers converge here. That is well known, like an easy place to cross. There is also a crossing near the Lake Lamnik here. That is also like a large area, which would be easy to cross. You could go around the lake. You could ford the river.
Funny, because we have a wagon to ford it with.
Yeah, it's really up to you what route that you wish to take.
I mean, Anna would follow the Northerners. And she only knows Arthur's from the north, so she would look towards him. Unless Clavius offers an opinion.
There is also taking the crossing, which is a city, and going around the Lamnic Wood, which would be a long way, obviously, but it is another way.
Arthur Wood Council would be a lot easier if we were to get to the tree line and then follow the tree line to the fork in the rivers, and we'd be able to follow the Heart River as kind of a pretty easy landmark and thing to follow all the way to Mountain Heart.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right. So first things first, you'll start off going north. By night, going around the lake, you'll be able to reach this area of copse, like this copse of trees area. What is everybody doing as you're kind of traveling around the lake?
Anna would like to talk to Clavius at some point. It can be traveling, it can be in the evening, but she would want to talk to Clavius. But that's all I got.
I would like to talk with Fent.
No.
Sometime. Listen here. And that could be, yeah. It could be. It's not. It's kind of private. It's kind of away from Arthur. Is really the only. So it can be on the way or it can go, but I have to pee, so. Have at it.
All right, well,
Anna.
So, if you're peeing, if Saru's just finding the closest litter box, I can imagine that Clavius is walking slow, and Anna could drop, in a late afternoon or something, and find Clavius just hauling his stuff, and would start walking next to Clavius, and then would look at Clavius and say, Clavius, you're a halfling. Your halfling was very good. As I'm sure you realized, I spoke the language, but it is that of a diplomat, someone who had to learn the language. But you were natural. Did you spend some time in Brandy? If you don't mind me prying.
I'm afraid there's not much to tell. I grew up in a small village north of Mnak. It will be on the way to the Dwarven City, although I doubt we'll directly cross by it. Just my family, pretty much. We were craftsmen, tradesmen, and we would have to go into the cities to sell our wares, and that required a good bit of assimilation into the cultures, as you can imagine. Going into Bray or going into the halfling city of Brandy, it's a different set of customers, a different set of needs, but more than that, a different set of cultures. And we learned very quickly that if we were going to survive, we needed to become one of the citizenry. We needed to take on the persona of that town so that we wouldn't be viewed as outsiders, so that we could sell what we needed to sell in order to make it through the winter. Going into Brandy, they weren't too keen on 3 humans walking in and trying to tell them what they needed. It was It was only by chance we found out that they would welcome you if, before you tried to make a sale, you dropped being a merchant and picked up the mantle of being social with them. And so it became a necessity to learn how to communicate in that manner. I wish I could tell you more. It's basically just a way to survive.
Anything to survive. I can understand that. Did we do the right thing by letting them go? They were unprepared for what the road ahead was. Should we have told them the last 30, 40 years? 40 years? How? What do you think happened to them?
I don't know. They seemed like they were of sound mind, as much as I could ascertain. But it's an exercise that probably isn't worth considering. The mission outweighs the cost of Sir Garen's life. It certainly outweighs the cost of theirs. Sad as it is to say, heartless as it is to say, we need to keep pushing forward, and going after them just wasn't an option in my mind.
Fair. Stephen said something that has stuck with me. He said maybe the burning sent everything back. I just can't. The thought has stuck with me all day. I just feel like we maybe had a chance to save 2 lives and we did not, but you're right.
Do you think there's a chance everything up here is as it was 30 years ago? And if so, can we change things that happened? Clavius has got the coin working and the vial.
Part of me hopes so very much that we can change what happened north of the wall. And yet, maybe a bigger part of me desperately hopes that we cannot. Because that would be such a burden. But thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
Hannah, before you outpace me in my 20 walking feet per round, I worked for a short time in an apothecary shop. I've never seen anything like what you drink. Do you have an ailment? Are you okay?
Is anybody on this trip to hell okay, Clavius? She'll pop out. I don't have one. What? No. I don't have one ready. But my mentor showed me how to change my body. I took one this morning, and it helps me be more alert. I've taken other ones that help me fight in various ways. Anything to survive.
Anything to survive.
They are not, as you can see, my body doesn't take too kindly to them, but it is a choice, and a choice that I will make every morning.
Could you stop? What would happen if you stopped?
I could stop. I could stop
anytime I want to.
But then I would be more of a dead weight. More like Borseal. I've been like Borseal for many, many, many years of my life. I will not be like that again. So that is why I do what I do.
It's never too late to become someone new, someone better.
I'm gonna have to write that one down. Thank you, Clavius.
Has the Medusa attacked me yet?
Nothing yet. Nothing yet. What else is everybody else doing as you guys are heading over to this area where you're probably going to camp?
Isabella's just thinking over, I guess, recipes and ingredients for potion making.
This is terrible of me, and I'm sorry to make us recap, but why did we decide to go north, crossing the branches of the river, rather than going east to the crossing and then going across like the north?
It's way out of our way.
Arthur said, let's go north, and we trust Arthur.
And Michael told us we would know that there was a crossing the way we're going.
Okay.
Might have had something to do with your scout who's familiar with the area.
No,
If you
I
would've
doubt that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't think there's any good content in the crossing.
No.
Who's to say?
He hasn't prepped it yet.
Who's to say? What else? Anybody else?
Do you guys want to go to Storo Town instead?
Where's that at?
Is that the sunken city?
The sunken city of treasure?
Fuck yeah.
The east.
For real talk, Anna would not want to travel east, so she's very happy with the north track.
It's like Atlantis.
And after talking with Anna, Clavius would be dead set on going past the lake to get to Mountain Heart. If anyone asked him.
Like going
Then
into
where
the
are you?
mountains first?
No, just heading the way we're heading.
Oh, okay. Vince just walking around. I don't know, probably still taking some time to himself after all of the revelations of Paragus Lake.
Hey, Clavius, can I see that backpack for a second?
Sure. Clavius trusts Saru pretty good, so tosses him the backpack. Hands him the backpack carefully because his retirement is inside of it.
That's true. It's a very light backpack for having what appears to be so much whiskey in there.
Great, thanks! And I'll start walking over to Fit with the backpack on.
Oh my goodness.
Clavius is sweating.
Clavius trust. He's saying to himself, I trust Saru.
Hey, Fit, what you doing?
Hey, Kat. It's quite the speech you gave earlier.
Seemed like it was the good time to do it.
I think it needed to be
someone
said.
else kicks the bucket.
Also, who's gonna be next? Do you think you want to place bets? I've got some 40-year-old whiskey burning a hole in my pocket.
Oh, have you popped the cork yet?
No, would you care to partake with me?
Just like a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Like a little sip.
I'll give him a little cap
Not a whole
full.
lot. I mean, just a little bit, and you can have the rest.
Fent definitely takes like a little swig of it. Is it the most delicious whiskey he's ever had in his entire life?
Good. It's real good.
What stat bonuses do we get?
Strength to 20, intelligence to 0. Just like real alcohol.
Charisma? A little charisma bonus?
Yeah, a little charisma.
Yeah.
Kind of depends.
Actually,
You gotta roll
I
a
could
dice
use
on
the charisma. Yeah, I could use the charisma buff. I might have to hold on to some of
It
this.
goes one way or the other, the charisma.
Percentage die. Up or
Depends
down.
how much you drink.
So, hey, Fed, can you tell me a little bit about what the, whatever your army people were called that I can't remember? That you and Arthur were part of?
Red Sentinels.
That's it! I kept wanting to say like the Crimson Lance or something, and I don't know where that's from, but it's from something.
The Red Lanterns. Yeah, the Red Sentinels. They, you know, there was a point in my life where I needed something, a group of people. And they were that
like us.
You know, and that's really where your speech struck home for me. I mean, I've been without that for a while, and I think I've missed it. I think I forgot about it. I don't know. I mean, I think they were a significant part of my life, and losing that brotherhood was a blow, and I was lost for a long time. That's actually how Arthur and I got to know each other. It was funnily enough, me joining another group that took me under their wing at the wall.
Being alone isn't such a bad thing, but it's also not a bad thing to be part of a group either, especially if you're out adventuring or what have you, exploring. So did you do many shifts, any battles with the Red Sentinels? Because Arthur kind of made it seem like you guys were just kind of like glorified mall cops. Like you guys just kind of, he basically just said you guys just sat on a wall and looked out at nothing. And that's kind of not what I was expecting, because, you know, with the Red Sentinels and all, I kind of thought you guys would be closer to like the Iktaka warriors that I'm familiar with, but I kind of think they would put you guys to shame.
Well, I have to be honest with you. I didn't fully complete my training with the Red Sentinels. I'd started with them, and then the war broke out, and I was carried along in the tide of battle with everyone. I mean, I haven't even sworn my oath yet. So, being fresh from training and on the field, I don't even know that I contributed much, but I saw death. But you're right, the wall was honestly largely a lot of sitting around and looking into the darkness. We did have one mission that resulted in the death of a good friend. And honestly, that messed me up for a while too. So it's actually where we parted ways. Arthur and I have got a past together. But he's a good man, even though he called me a mall cop. I'll have to give him shit for that later.
Well, he didn't necessarily call you a mall cop. I did that, but he also
well.
made it seem like you guys weren't, you know, the coolest and baddest guys on the block either.
I
which was
certainly
kind of disappointing.
wouldn't call us that. No.
Oh, well, that's disappointing, because I kind of think we need one of those guys right now in this group.
I think we both know how to handle a blade. Arthur a bow more than me.
Well, see, so you didn't need the whole training. You're doing fine.
We'll see. We haven't faced
And I
anything
mean-
too terrible yet.
We did okay last battle, I think. I mean, minus the whole, you know, stunned.
Wait, was this in the cave? Was this in like the water area? Was this
No,
while Fent was fishing?
No, last battle.
Oh.
Oh, when the rocks.
Oh,
fuck
fuck.
out of
That's
me.
right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, we survived
I
fine.
thought, yeah.
One
you did
person
okay.
didn't.
It's like
one person didn't
I mean,
survive it.
that's definitely
And we lost
that's
the horse.
downside.
Um,
The horse is the horse is the more upsetting part.
yeah. Hopefully, we get better at this as we go along, as we adventure, like as we gain experience.
Well, I definitely think if we
Old Beach.
too soon. Yeah, where's his? We didn't dig him a grave. We should.
Oh no! Can we put a marker on for Beach?
No, he's been torn up
Beachy.
by the wolves. He's in too many different places right now.
You didn't bury him.
For me to put a marker.
A freckling.
Yeah.
Of
There'd be
OBJ.
too many pieces of Old Beach.
Anyway, so go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, so Fen, between you and Clavius, actually, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to call Clavius over.
He
Hey, Clavius, come here.
slowly meanders forward.
Yeah, we'll probably have to slow down. He's
Under his
a
heavy
little
load.
slow on his feet. You know.
Clavius was already like kind of halfway there, not letting the backpack out of his sight with the whiskey in it.
Clavius, have you tried a sample of your wares yet? And Fent holds out a little sifter or whatever kind of container he has on this person. For Clavius.
I appreciate the offer, Fent, but if I had one, I'd want to tear into the others. So I'm just gonna stick with this and drinks water. Oh wait! I smell the water first from the stupid lake. Is the Medusa in the water bottle?
Roll a nature check.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It doesn't smell like chicken.
Yeah.
Deep cuts.
Yeah. I'm just like I can't. I want to drink it all. I'll drink the water. Delicious water.
Fent throws back what he offered Clavius.
So Clavius, me and Fent were talking about Fent's battle history, and it got me kind of thinking. Since you guys are kind of the two bigger guys of the group, I wanted to try and see which one of you thinks you have the better defensive ability. Armor class.
Fent flexes a little bit. I would say that I've got something working for me, but not much. Like, I've got 16 candles in my backpack, just in case we need to defend against things that don't like fire.
Do you have 16 candles? It was kind of funny that you kept complaining about not being able to see in the dark all that time.
Well, I have that hooded lantern, but the hooded lantern only works when the omnipotent being attaches the hooded lantern to my character on the internet page that we frequent.
Fent stares into the camera rock.
Yes.
Let's break that fourth wall real quick. You at home. What about you, Clavius? You can obviously dish it out, but
take it.
Clavius would, I guess, say on I don't know.
On a scale of 1 to 20.
On a scale of 1 to 20, a 19.
Wow, what?
Wow.
My training with the paladins focused on defense and not offense.
Well, Fent, look at him. You've got something to look forward to. And Clavius, maybe you could Fent a thing or two.
I would love to spar with you sometime.
Maybe you can
buddy.
celebrate over a glass of whiskey.
Maybe.
That will be the day. A good day. After I've sold 9 bottles, I'll drink the 10th.
Well, I didn't offer you my whole bottle, buddy.
Just a sip.
Just a sip.
As you guys approach the copse of trees, you notice just something kind of right at the edge of the small woods.
Another zombie.
Arthur, assuming you're in the front, roll a perception check.
Here comes the cliffhanger.
Who's to say?
And this is where the session ends.
Keep playing.
Hey, Arthur,
let's roll.
it's like a mound, like a small mound of earth that's overgrown a bit. And then there is like some kind of wooden marker, like kind of driven into the ground. Almost looks, like a grave to your eyes. Just at the edge of the woods.
Without, causing a scene or anything like that, he'd quickly rush up to it and inspect it closer.
Imagining him just like.
Looking at it closer, it looks like a definite. You're sure that this is a grave marker. There is a piece of wood at the top with HP carved into it. There is nothing else around the area, just grass kind of growing over the mound. It doesn't look to be disturbed or anything like that.
He'll look solemnly at the mound before turning back to the group and very quietly mutter, "Scared, Potter."
Maybe you're going to get a Harry Potter joke in there.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's where we're going to end it.
There's a motherfucking roly-poly that just walked across the desk.
Fuck that roly-poly.